Let's recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji. A round of applause for her, please. I also invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Professor Taiwo Timothy Amos, as he joins the Vice Chancellor. Also, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Development, Professor Sunday Samuel Oluyamo. A round of applause for him. The Dean of Students, Professor David Oke. A round of applause if he is here. Let me also invite Professor E.O. Adekarisi, Chairman, Convocation Ceremony, as they join the Vice Chancellor on the high table. A round of applause. Also, the University Librarian is here, Dr. Robert Aweyemi. A round of applause for him, please, as he joins the Vice Chancellor. Professor Peter Ayodeji, representing CIME. A round of applause when he comes to the high table. Professor Peter Ayodeji. Recognizing the secondary school presence here at St. Peter's Unity Secondary School, Akure. A round of applause for you. Rise for recognition, please. Also, we have CSC Grammar School, Akure. A round of applause for them. We have CSC Comprehensive High School, Ijare. Also, Anglican Grammar School, Ijare is here. A round of applause for them. St. Louis Grammar School, Akure. Also here present, we have Pacific Academy, Akure. We have Oyemeko Grammar School, Akure. Also, the Websport College, Akure. A round of applause for them, please. St. Dominic School, Akure. And other invited secondary school who are on their way coming. Before President, let me welcome the Chairman Character Committee, Professor A.A. Badejo, as he comes to take the welcome address.
Vice Chancellor, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji, Principal Officers, and my constituency. We call great, when I say great students, you say great. In FUTA, we call great Futarians. So before you come in, you are still students. Great students. Great. I'm not saying it well, though. But you don't want to enter FUTA. Even if you don't want FUTA, you want another one like FUTA, Abi? Great students. You are getting better. Your jam score has just entered 250. So if you want to enter 300 now, great student! You're welcome. Every year we gather together here. The university brings students from across Akure and its environment together to actually intimate you with what goes on within the university so that you be properly guided. So that by the time you're aspiring to go into the university, you know exactly what you're putting in, what you're filling in, and what you want to go and do. In my own days, there were only 3 courses that we used to know. If you are not doing medicine, you are doing engineering. If you are not doing engineering, you are doing law. I've never heard of geophysics, geology while I was in school, in secondary school. But today now, it gives you an avenue. Technology has improved for you to know the various things that really exist, things that you could actually fill in, so that everybody will not be competing for the same thing over and over. things that will give you leverage, chance to move on, to see that you can be what you really want to be. Not only that, in FUTA we do something new. By the time you get to a particular level, we teach you entrepreneurship. You know what to do with what you have learned. I have a sister who finished from biology here. Today, I don't think she knows anything biology. She's into cake making. She learned that during entrepreneurship. Vice President, Yemi Oshibajos. The relative did a function. She was the one that did the cake. You know how much they will have paid her? She learned that in FUTA. In Elisha Garage here was where she learned that. So all these things will take you through so that you know that it's better to be in the university, not to be in the Yahoo. And several people are here to actually put you through on what you need to know, how to combine your subject so that you don't pick the wrong subject and you score a very high mark and they tell you because of wrong subject combination, you cannot be admitted. This and many more you will get to hear in the course of this program. I want you to sit down very well so that whatever you've learned by the time you get back to school, you can teach your colleagues and let them be aware of what is going on. I hope you have a wonderful time hearing a lot of things from FUTA today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. A couple of introductions before we go to the next item on the program. I welcome the Dean, School of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology, Professor Olabode Adebayo. You're welcome, sir. We also welcome the Dean, SETS, Professor Moni Bashori. You're welcome, sir. We have Professor Oluleye, Dean, SETS. You're welcome, sir. And one of those that will be helping us on the presentation for today, Professor Oluwole Akinabi. You're welcome, sir. Other introductions will be done as they make their way in. While we were taking the anthems, we didn't take the FUTA anthem. And if you listen to the FUTA anthem, you will really enjoy it. We want to take it. The students are the ones that will stand up now. I want you to enjoy that song. Listen to it. And to bring you closer to the school we call FUTA. So please, I will set. Thank you. Let's only the students that are here stand up. Let's take the FUTA anthem.
The Federal University of Technology FUTA invites applications from suitably qualified candidates
Please, what is happening with anthem? Sorry, please. Let's put our hands together for the nation's best University of Technology. While the anthem was going on, thank God that the weddings were on board. I saw some students smiling. Can somebody just tell me the reason behind that smile? Is it the word or what? Or the tune of that song? You. In one word. Oh yeah, let's be fast about it. In one word, I'm pointing to you. No, the guy in green and white. Evolved. It's the tune. Okay, it's all right. Thank you. I know more will still come up as we move on. Thank you very much. Without taking much of our time, I want to bring up the Vice Chancellor, the first female Vice Chancellor of this great citadel of learning. And of course, I call her Master Strategist. She does her things silently. You just see things unfolding. I'm talking about Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji. Let's sustain the applause.
Thank you very much. The principal officers, for people coming from secondary school, you are used to having one principal. We have principal officers in the university. So the principal officers, that is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Deputy Vice Chancellor Development, the University Librarian. The Dean that we inherit all the students that come here is just coming in. The Dean of Students Affairs, other deans here present, my sister and friend, the Chairman Ceremonials Committee, Chairman, the Career Talk Committee, distinguished members of staff of our great university, our dear students visiting us today. Good morning, everyone. Let me welcome you formally to FUTA. How many people have been on our campus before? Can we just wave? You've been on our campus? Okay, so we have Oyemeko, I think. Yes, I think Oyemeko has been here. Then a few persons. Okay, thank you very much. So we welcome you back if you've been here before. If you've not been here before, welcome to the Federal University of Technology, Akure. We pride ourselves as the best university of technology in Nigeria, and we pride ourselves as a research-intensive university. One of the reasons we do this program, the chairman had already intimated you, is because we want to tell you the career paths. But beyond that, we could come to your school to come and do this, but we deliberately bring you to the university to see what the university looks like. We want you to see our campuses, our buildings. This is one of our smallest auditoriums. You'll find that in your lecture rooms, most of our lecture rooms, the seating capacity may be bigger than this because we now have larger classes. If you are used to having 50 people in your class, I'm sorry, by the time you come here, you may just find that at the first year, most of your classes will have 4,000 students, 5,000 students, and you must blend, you have to make friends, you have to know how to organize yourself. Here in the university, there is no assembly time. So you are your own. And many times nobody is going to wake you to remind you. You know, daddy, mummies, they still wake us. Wake up, it's time to eat, it's time to sleep, it's time to read, it's time to know. You have to sort yourself out. And probably those are the things that informed the fact that you need to be matured to an extent. At least you'll be 16 by the time you come to the university, because there is nobody to follow you about, unfortunately. But it is a good one because the university actually prepares you for the world of adulthood that you are also, that your body is transiting to. So that's why we're here. Another reason we said earlier on, it's a career talk. So we want to tell you the options that are available. Imagine a world, everybody is a lawyer. What do you think will happen? If everyone is a lawyer, if everyone is a doctor, everyone is a doctor, if everyone is an engineer. So we must have diverse professionals, and that is when we can have a balanced world. Many people want to come into the university. If I tell you our most subscribed courses now, you will be surprised. Our most subscribed courses are mechatronics. Is there anyone here who wants to study mechatronics? Okay, nobody. Most social courses are mechatronics, computer science. Anybody wanting to study computer science? Okay, I see somebody here. Okay. And then the medical lab sciences. Is there anybody thinking? Okay, let me ask. What are you thinking? Lady in front. Yes, please. What do you think you want to study, or you are not fixed? Yes. Nursing? Yes. So it was because of you, but maybe because of persons like you that Pluta is starting the nursing program. You consider. Okay, I ask another person from Westford. Is it Westford?
Westford, yes.
Westford. Somebody please tell me, what do you intend to study when you go to university? Anybody from Westford?
Give the mic. Yes, somebody stand.
I intend to study architecture.
Architecture. Okay, that's a good one. Excuse me, madam. Architect, please, still rise. Why do you want to study architecture?
Because we a very interesting concept.
Have you read it before? You said it's very interesting. So I want to know whether you studied it before, or you know somebody who's an architect.
Okay.
Okay, so you already have somebody who is an architect. You see, these are, thank you very much, you may take your seat. Part of the reasons we brought you here is because many people take cues from their father, their mother, the brothers, the sisters, because you are limited in the knowledge that you have. But when we bring people here, we want to tell you the different options. Even architecture now, we are splitting architecture to about 5 different programs because it's quite large. Architecture is a very large program. And so maybe by the time persons like you will be entering the university, most universities will have splitted architecture to about 3 to 5 different programs. In those days, we used to study computer science as only one program. But now I can tell you that in the School of Computing, now we have computer science, we have data science, we have cyber security, we have information and communication science, we have software engineering. So under computer science now, we have so many programs and courses. And that's why you are here, because in this program today, we are going to tell you a lot about the different programs. And one thing that is peculiar to FUTA is that while it is, we are not marketing only FUTA here, we are just saying, know the career path you want to choose and then go pursue it. But one thing that is peculiar about and is good about our university is, for every student that comes to the university, in the first year, we teach you, regardless of what you are studying, we teach you what we call engineering drawing. So even if you want to be a farmer, you will learn some engineering drawing, and it helps you ultimately when you graduate. When you get to your second year, we teach you to go to the farm. So every student that graduates from FUTA will have stepped the farm before, because we insist that you must farm. Nigeria is a country that thrives well on agriculture. We believe we have large expanse of arable land. So why should we not learn farming? So every 200 level students go to the farm, and you take a course that we call CSP 210. Now, when you get to the third year, all our students must also learn entrepreneurship. So like the chairman said earlier on, you may choose to know how to sew, you may choose to know how to bake, you may choose to know how to mold blocks, how to repair generators, how to repair refrigerators, whatever it is. We have quite a big stream. If you want to go into animal farming, you want to go into honey production, it's so large a space. Photography, public speaking, all of these things are available at the third year. Every student must learn that. And then by the time you get to the fourth year, all of you must have interaction with the industries. we believe that we don't want you to learn only theory. By the 4th year, you must go out of the university for 6 months and learn from the industry. So if you are learning building, for example, we expect that for 6 months you will work with a building or construction firm. You understand the rudiments of building, how blocks are made, the theories you have learned in school, how blocks are laid, what to consider, what to put into consideration when you are doing all of this. If you are in the IT, you must go to a practicing IT firm and then understand how they do things. So these are some of the things that our students benefit from. And then as a university, we have also not been static. Every year we look at what is the world looking for. What new programs can we start? This year, for example, we are just admitting our first set of nursing students. We are just starting the nursing program this year. So every year we look at what new thing can we bring on board to respond to the needs of the society. Last year we started data science. 2 years ago we started the medical lab science. We started public health. So every year we just look at what more can we add, how can we add value to our country and by extension to the world. So we invite you, if you like our campus, feel free to choose to study with us. We mold our students, you know what we call all-round molding. We guide you. We have, in the university, we don't have, like I said, we don't mark attendance, but we do have people we call level advisors who are assigned to monitor your progress and from time to time advise you on what your needs are. And by the time you come to the university, you realize that it is only in the university worldwide that we have professors. So you will have the privilege of interacting with professors. And if you also want to be a professor, it is only in the university that you can be made. That is one peculiar thing about professors. You don't find professors in any other place. You find them only in the university. We are made only in the university about the entire world. So we welcome you on board. So we will listen attentively. Ask questions. When we see students asking questions, we believe that it is out of person who is also thinking. Part of the things that you must develop when you come to the university is you must develop critical thinking skills. So ability to raise questions, to interrogate issues. That is what we call research. When you hear research, what is research? Research is just ability to interrogate things. I want to do a research on this microphone. What does it mean? I want to know how it works, and I want to do something to improve the quality. That's the only meaning. So research is interrogating things. When you ask questions, it's the beginning of interrogating things. It's the beginning of being a researcher. Don't forget, you said FUTA is a research-intensive university. So please feel free, enjoy your stay with us, enjoy our beautiful campus. We look forward to welcoming you if you choose ultimately and eventually to study in FUTA. We'll be willing to welcome you with open arms. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Please let's sustain the applause. Please, representatives of each school, we want to take a group photograph with Madam Vice Chancellor before she takes her leave. Yes, the students.
One person
from each school
will come out and
teachers,
please nominate one student to come out from your school.
CSC Comprehensive High School.
One person, please.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, if you see us leave, it's not because our mind is not here. You know, this is our convocation week, where at the moment there is an exhibition going on and we also need to declare it open. At the moment, we are inducting our students in the School of Computing. We are inducting them to become fellows of the Chartered Institute of Practicing Computer Scientists or something like that. So we are also supposed to be there. So we are living not because our mind is not here, but because we have to also do some other things. We will not be happy, for example, if we didn't show up here. We think this is a good place to be. We want to be part of the foundation of the students coming with us. That's why we came to also associate with us. So we will touch this place, touch this place, touch this place. That's how our day will go. And then we'll end it in the office. So please, we apologize. We are here with you, but we have to leave. But we leave you in very, very safe hands. Thank you for your understanding.
So the representative step out for the photograph. The representative step out for the photograph.
Yes,
teachers, please nominate one person each.
The banner in front is okay. Yes, we are using the front of the banner. Please, while we are waiting for the group photographs to be concluded, we welcome students from Futa Secondary School. If you are here, rise up for recognition. Futa. Futa said, for coming, you are welcome. For our resource persons, I want to bring them to the front row. For the School of Environmental Technology, we have Professor Bayo Emmanuel. You're welcome, sir. Kindly come here, sir. Thank you for being here. For the School of Life Sciences, we have Dr. Mrs. A.N. Kolawole. You are welcome, ma'am. For Director Career Services, Professor Mrs. Downsey. Okay. For the School of Infrastructure, Mineral and Material Engineering, Professor Peter Ayodeji is up here already. You are welcome, sir. College of Health Science, Dr. D.S. Arokoya. Okay, you are welcome, sir. School of Computing, Dr. S.I. Olotu. You are welcome, sir. Innovation in the University, Mr. Toba Victor. Please, are you here? Okay. For computing, okay, that's Professor Badijo. To join Professor Ayodeji on the top table, I want to bring up the Dean of Students, Professor David. Okay, you are welcome, sir. Please kindly join us here. And when the chairman's ceremonials come in, she will join us too, Professor Eunice Adeparusi. Thank you very much, sir. We want to start the presentation. We want to start the presentation, and I want to start with the School of Agric and Agricultural Technology. But before then, I remember that the students, they are here with their teachers. Please let the teachers rise up for recognition. We appreciate your presence, teachers that are very Thank you. We appreciate you. God bless you. You can please have your seats. Professor Oluwole Akinlami for SARS.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, our students. You are welcome to Federal University of Technology once again. We are starting with the School of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology. I want to start from where my best loss ends. How many of you want to read agriculture? Yes. I have a good response. And how many? Do we have anybody in the house? None. Okay, only one. Yeah, two. No problem. That's good. Please. Sorry. Excuse me, please. Okay. In our school of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology is a friendly and caring and dynamic environment where we demonstrate our skill, we demonstrate our excellence, We demonstrate our integrity and everything. But I want to tell you that without agriculture, survival will be difficult. Do you agree? How many of you have eaten this morning? How many of you have eaten this morning? Oh, good. And you don't want to read agriculture. And you have eaten this morning. But let me tell you one truth. There is no how you go to a medical center or an hospital. The doctor or whatever that will prescribe a drug for you, we advise you. What would be the advice? Let me ask my student. What would be the advice if you go to hospital and you are prescribed with drug? What would they do? Huh? Who produces our food? And you don't want to be an agriculture. You don't want to involve yourself. So I want to tell you this morning that without agriculture, survival will be difficult. And another truth is that also called either you are a pharmacist, either you are a medical doctor, whatever they are using in making those drugs you are looking at it, they are called active ingredients. And those active ingredients are from agriculture. They are from plants. They are from animals. So it therefore implies that if the active ingredient is not in whatever you are taking, it becomes ordinary junk. Ordinary things you are taking. So therefore, we are saying that agriculture is so important. Without agriculture, you can't do anything. You can fast, no problem. Pastor is there. You can fast for 100 days. After 100 days, what else? Eh? So it therefore implies that whatever course you are doing in life, agriculture is still your backbone. Do you agree with me? Clap for yourself and to agree with me. But here in the footer, we want to expose you to those 9 departments that we run in our faculty, in our school. And we have Department of Agricultural Extension and Communication, Department of Agricultural and Resource Economic, Animal Production and Health. We have the Department of Crop and Soil and Pest Management. We have Ecotourism and Wildlife Management. We have Fishery and Aquaculture Technology. We have Food Science and Technology. We have Forestry and Woods Technology. And we have another department called Nutrition and Dietetics. For other schools, they may not be the same way. Some may be more than 9. Some may be less than 9. But in Futa here, we have 9 departments. And I will just go give you general background about the admission requirement before I go in depth about what each of these ones entails. Number 1, in our schools, we expect that you should have at least 5 credits in either your WAEC, your NECO, your GCE, or equivalent, which must include English language, mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology or agri, economics, or geography, depending on the department that you are picking. But for your UNT courses, we must have English language, chemistry, biology or agri, and mathematics or physics. Apart from this one, we have some students that can come in for direct entry. Direct entry means either you have done something like OND, or you have done NCE, or you are coming, maybe you have done preliminary that you are doing here. That means you enter 200 level. And we are saying that in this 200 level, you are expected also to go through some of these requirements. We still follow the requirement strictly. Only that when you get into 200 level, they will not ask you to go and audit some 100 level courses. That is very key to you. And then in all the departments that we have in SAT, we operate a 5 years program. 5 years program. And when you finish, you will be given a certificate that will read P-Agri-Tech, except in 2 departments. And NDT. That one is NDT, not HDT. NT department that will be required, or you will be given Bachelor of Technology. Then, these are the different options that we have in the department to go in there. When you are talking of the first one, Department of Agricultural Extension, that is the place where we are talking of linkage between the researcher and your clientele. Every information that you need to pass to any other areas, it is in this department that we have to do it. You all agree with me that even if you are the best researcher in the world, if you keep your research or what you have done in your table without disseminating it, you have not done anything. So in our faculty, in our school, a department of agriculture extension are the one that will communicate these findings to those people that we need it. We call them clientele. Then the second department, which is about the Department of Agriculture, Department of Animal Production and Health. This talks about the knowledge about animal production and animal health. Everything that relates to our animal, that is where we study them. And in particular, we deal with everything related to the health of those animals. That is in the Department of Animal Production and Health. Then, the Department of Agricultural and Resource Economy, the application of economic principle in agriculture, everything related to finance that we are talking about. Because you cannot run the business without talking about your finance. We must be able to budget, we must be able to plan before you do anything. And that is the department. And that is why you see your calculator there beside you. Every picture that we show has meaning if you watch them very well. Then another department, Department of Crop, Soil, and Pest Management. From the way apply the plantain you are eating, everything you need to know about it. Every crop that you are talking about is in this department. Every insect that you are talking about is in this department. And everything that you know to know about the land management, because they will tell you this is the best soil to plant your maize. This is the best the best soil to plant your cassava. This is also in this department, and that is why the department is called Department of Crops, Soil, and Pest Management. Then also the Department of Ecotourism and Wildlife Management. They provide education in the science technology of ecotourism. You will agree with me, majority of you, when you are on holiday, mommy, I want to go to zoo, I want to go and see animals and so on. These are the department that manage those things. Oh, when you go to hospital, when you go to somewhere, they take care of you. You are in a particular maybe hotel. These are also the department that talks about all these things. So everything you need to know about air, also you find it in this. These are what you need to know about the department. It's in this department. And that's why we depicted with fish, and that is where you see somebody rearing fish there. Then the Department of Food Science and Technology. Everything that you are talking, for example, you agree with me, if you plant your tomato and you harvest them, you discover that it won't stay for long. Something has to be done. You need to process them. So the department that is involved in the processing here, that is the department. Are you getting me now? So everything about even your food you are eating, they will help you, tell you this is the way you can preserve, this is the way you can do it. And that's why you see some reagent there, and you see some crops there, and you see some fruit there. And that is why the department is called FSC. And then the Department of Forestry and Wood Technology talks about everything related to afforestation, inventory, related to harvesting, utilization of forest management. Some people are calling it carpenter department. It's not so. Do you know that the seat you are sitting on that made of forest? Do you agree? Hello, do you agree? So somebody have to teach you on how you can grow them and also how you can utilize them. The kind of seat, the kind of wood in sitting is not the same thing, the type of wood that you use in your bedroom and so on. These are called the Department of FWT. Everything you need to know. You see law there. This one is called law, and that's the forestry that you are seeing there. Then this is another department that I know majority of us also we love to have. The Department of Nutrition and Diabetes. Cancer client on nutrition issues. A lot of us, either you are aged or you are young, the kind of food the children are taking is not the kind of food the younger, bigger ones are, the elder ones are taking. If one take little one, another one take, they will tell you protein is good for you, carbohydrate is good for you. That is the department that you would love to see. And everything you need to, your eating habit. So people will tell you, just take water early in the morning. Don't just go and take Eba. Go and take Harry. This department will advise you. And that is why you see them working in the hospital, and they will tell you when they have a patient in the hospital, this is what we give them this time and this time. and that is the parent we talk about. About career opportunity, I want to tell you, Agri is the best school that has the career opportunity so far in the whole world. I thought you will prepare for it. Hello, are we together? Because in the field of Agri, you can work in any research institute. There are so many research institutes we cannot mention. We talk of IT, we talk of NEFO, you talk about Agri, you talk of NIHO. These are just abbreviations. For example, IT, National Institute for Tropical Agriculture in Ibadan. Have you been there? Do you know about it? Hello? I thought you were doing an excursion. Teachers, please take our children out. These are research institutes that you need to know more on what is going on globally. You can work there. You can also work in a bank. So don't say it's only people that read maybe accounting or people that read business admin that work in a bank. We have majority that are working in a bank there. Because without Agri, you cannot survive. So you can work anywhere in the bank. You can also work as an academy. The vice chancellor was saying it the other time. You see majority of people that are working because they pass through some of these things. You can work as a teacher, you can work as a lecturer, you can be a professor the way they are mentioning. I want to tell you, the immediate past vice chancellor of this university is from Agri. The current minister of commissioner of education is what? Is who? What's the name of the commissioner? Name of our commissioner. Hey, which school are you? Yeah, don't disgrace me now. Commissioner's name. That is what. What's the name of your? Oh, Professor Ajibefu. Professor Ajibefu is from agriculture and so on. So there are a lot of our graduates we have, and then we have the vice chancellor of what's the name of these private schools that we have in Ogun State. Ron. Redeemer University is from agriculture. The vice chancellor of which other university? Oh, thank you very much. So you can work there. You can also work in agricultural companies. You can also be an inspection officer of NADAC. That is where the FST, FWT are very important there. We also work in communication outfit. Some of us that are in communications. So we can work in any, even the radio the mommy is talking about, you can also work there. You can also work in any of the states or federal ministry. You can also work as a consultant. You can consult for World Bank, you can consult for any other people. So also, you can also work in tourist center. You can also, the most important thing is that everybody is being advised. Be a job creator rather than a job seeker. Hello? Do you know the meaning? It's better you invest or be on your own and organize your own than say, I want to go and meet government or whatever to employ me. You can create your own business in agriculture rather than depending on somebody. And that's why we say they are very, very good. Then, just great job opportunity for unemployed. You are the one that employs so many people. Not people employ you. The one along the express there, that we, what's the name of this producing cocoa? What's the name? John Ben. They are product of agriculture. Do you agree with me? You can stand on your own. You employ thousands of people rather than saying, I want to graduate and start looking for a job. And finally, you can also work in wood industry. If you do this one, you discover that you will all agree with me that without agriculture, you cannot be here today. Thank you very much.
Very much, sir. We appreciate you. Please, this is not the time to sleep. At least I've cited 1, 2 students that are sleeping already. Instead, get your paper and pen. This is the time for you to jot so that you can teach others what you have learned when you get back to school, especially when it comes to subject combination for both the JAMB and even the WAEC. Thank you very much, sir. We welcome Complete Child Development College. You are welcome. Thank you for being here today. And I want to welcome the representative of the Student Union President, Mr. Boluwaji Talabi Ariola. You are very much welcome. Straight to the next lecture, I call on Professor Bayo Emmanuel from the School of Environmental Technology. Please, let's stick to time. Thank you, sir.
My slides. Yes, good morning everyone. My name is simply Bayo Emmanuel, the Professor of Urban and Regional Planning. So I'm here this morning to run through what the professions you have in the School of Environmental Technology have. So we have several professions, and I need to tell you first that the FUTA School of Environmental Technology actually came into existence in the year 1989, and that started with about four departments, namely architecture, estate management, quantity surveying, and urban regional planning. And that school started with just 27 students. But today we have about 9 departments, and we have about 2,500 students or more in that school. Now, I said that we have 9 departments, and I'm conscious of time, so I need to run through the departments. We have architecture, building, estate management, environmental management, and then we have industrial design, we have quantity surveying and geoinformatics, and I have textile design, and then last but not the least is urban and regional planning. Now, these departments, what you have here on the slides, they have to do with just a summary of what they are all about. Architecture in FUTA now, we also have what we call the School of Architecture, and that is actually to bundle that department into about 4 different departments, about 5 departments, but we'll be kicking off with 3. So now, architecture is simply about building, design, and modeling, and that has to do with you trying to, develop drawings for buildings. And those buildings, of course, they are not limited to residential buildings. There are so many buildings in the built environment or in our environment. So you don't just design, we also model so that the person that you want to build for can really have a picture of what you want to build for him. That is just a summary of what architecture is about. Then we have building, and building is about construction and project management. So how do we put some of these buildings that we designed on the ground? That is a summary of what we have for building. For estate management, they are the ones that help us to actually determine the value of the things in our environment, the buildings in our environment, the properties we have in our environment, and they also manage these buildings. Then environmental management is about making sure that our environment is safe, okay, making sure that things are in the right place and that the environment is safe. We talk about what we call sustainability. We have industrial design. Industrial design is a very beautiful course, and it has about 3 components. We have graphic design, we have ceramics, and then we have textile. But that textile is not here because we now have it as a department in FUTA, and that's number 8 there, textile design. So it's loaded, and I don't want to take much of our time, but by the time we get to where we can work, or what we can do with it, we'll talk more about it. Then I have quantity surveying. Quantity surveying is about trying to know the materials you will require to put up a structure or a building, and then the cost of the materials, and how to get the materials, and then how to manage the building process. That's what quantity surveying is about. And I have textile design, which has to do with the fashion business, and then making professional outfits. There are what we call the uniform professions, like the military, like in the medicals, we have many of them, so they customize their wares for them. So textile design also deals with that. Then the last that we have here is urban and regional planning. That's about land use planning and management. This is about our environment and how we organize it and how we manage it, and it's so beautiful. It's my profession, and I can't really use the little time I have to tell you so much about it. Now, let's go into where you can work as an architect. You can work in the private sector as a consultant, and you can also go into construction companies, and then you can also work with the estate developers. You can go into interior design, you can go into landscape design, you can go into furniture making, so many things. So that is for architecture. In the public sector, you can go into urban planning units and housing estate agencies, and then you can work with different ministries too. You can also be very useful in the military. Then for academics, yes, you can go into teaching and research. You can become a professor, and then a professor of architecture. Self-employment, yes. The different departments that we've been able to unbundle the School of Architecture into now are the ones that help us to really develop ourselves when it comes to self-employment. Then we have the allied fields too that you can go into. The ones that are connected to building, the ones that are connected to quantity surveying. We can work together in what we call a consortium to make sure that we carry out our assignments. So then building, if you have studied building, you can eventually go into the construction companies, then you can work in the public sector, you can work in the Ministry of Works, you can work in the Ministry of Urban Development, and so many other ministries that have to do with the environment. Then you can also work in the banks, estates departments. Our banking industry, they have what we call the property unit or the property department. You can also work with them. Higher institutions, you can also lecture, and then you can carry out researches in research institutes. You can also be very useful in the military. Then we have estate management, and we have what we call the real estate firms. You see them, you see some of them around. They help us to manage the properties. They are like intermediary between the property owner and the client, or let me say the end users, or what you call the tenants. So then we have banks, property units where you can also work, and you can also work in you can work in oil companies too, helping them to manage within their environment unit or their environment section. We have Ports Authority and Customs Services too, where you can do valuation for them, valuation of all their assets and all their properties. So you can work in many places. Environmental management, you can work in international organizations, Environmental Conservation Foundation. Some of you in your schools, you have what you call the Nigerian Conservation Foundation as one of the clubs in your school. So, but on a bigger scale, you can work for the foundation itself. Then we have architectural and planning firms too, and then the Ports Authority, because they need to manage the environment. They manage the coastal environment too. Okay, my slides are off. Okay, then I have, so you can work in waste recycling and waste management too. Waste recycling is becoming a big deal now, and it's about recycling everything in our environment, so we can work with them too. Then industrial design is so busy, like I said earlier on. Industrial design has to do with and for ceramics, you are thinking of how you can use materials and then different things combined together to create what we call ceramics, to create the utensils we use in home, to create so many wares in the sense of WARES in different companies, different organizations. All the materials we use around, they are the ones that develop them. The tiles you see on your floor and so many things that we use for walling and surfacing, they are the ones that produce them. So you can work in material laboratories, and then you can work also with international organizations like UNESCO and UNIDO. And you can work in museums and libraries too as a conservator. Now going to quantity surveying, you can work in construction companies, consulting firms, you can work as a contractor on your own. You can also work with government agencies and then real estate developers. So what they do is they do cost planning, they manage construction projects, they manage procurement processes, they act as experts, so they render expert advice, and then they manage facilities. Surveying and geoinformatics. Now, some of you love watching movies and you see so much about the use of drones, and then drones are not limited to just the military, they are used for so many things. So it is the work of these people to actually know how to master the use of those things, and then how to get particular locations for different uses. So we can, with the profession, we can actually map, so we can translate what we have on the map to the ground, and then we can convert what we have on the ground to the map. It's very, very important, very, very useful. They are linked to satellite imagery and all those things that we use for locationing. So, surveying and geoinformatics, very powerful course, and you can work in many places. And then textile design is about private outfits, fashion industry, textile industries, and then uniform organizations that I mentioned earlier on, like the military, medicals, and engineering. And the last but not the least, urban and regional planning. The urban planner can work with government establishment, ministries, can work with town planning boards, you can work with urban development authorities. On their own, they can work with the architects in a consortium, they can also work with the real estate developers, and then they can work in NGOs and so many other international organizations too, like the United Nations and agencies, UN Habitat, UNDP. They work as researchers on the environment, they get them data and they earn millions. So these are the wonderful professions that we have in the School of Environmental Technology in FUTA, 9 of them. So now, for each of these courses, you have different subject requirement for UTME. But then, if you can actually do English, Maths, Physics, and Chemistry, that gives you a wide coverage. So with just those 4, that means you can be able to actually apply for as many as 7 courses. 7 courses. The only exceptions we have are estate management and EVA. And for estate management, you have English, Maths, Economics, and any of Geography, Chemistry, Biology, and Agric. For environmental management, you have English, Maths, or Physics. Then you have Chemistry as the third one, and then you have Biology or Agriculture. Well, if you can do English, Maths, Physics, and Chemistry, you are open to as many as 7 courses. So your chances are very, very broad. Now, for the SSC subjects, if you can actually have very good grades in these 6 subjects, English, Maths, Physics, Economics, Geography, and CD, then you can easily go in for architecture, building, estate management, quantity surveying and geoinformatics, and European. But if you can also have a very good grade in chemistry, making 7, that means you can go into any of the 9 departments. So you should be targeting having very good grades in those subjects, and then you'll be open to any of the departments, the School of Environmental Technology. So direct entry students, those are coming in through maybe 200 level, they have to meet the SSC requirements. Then they also need to have at least 2 good passes in their A-level courses, their A-level subjects. And then if you have finished your MD, you want to go into the university, upper credit minimum is required. We have what we call top-up program for some of the departments, not all of them, some of the departments now. And that is for those that have actually finished their HND and they still want to have university education. So that, or maybe if you have a 3rd class and you still want to have, we want to do another program. So you have the requirements there. So in conclusion, if you come into FUTA, we are going to enjoy yourself and I wish you the best. Thank you very much and God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, all our resource persons, kindly note that the time is 10 minutes so that we'll be able to attend to all the departments without exhausting our students. We welcome Professor Mrs. Dancy. She is the Director of the Residencies. You are welcome, ma'am. And we welcome Professor Odede. You are welcome, sir. For School of Life Sciences, I bring up Dr. Mrs. A.N. Kolawole.
So I'll be talking on career opportunities in School of Life Sciences. So I welcome all our students. I hope you are enjoying your day. So, by the name Life Sciences, that's the only school in Federal University of Technology with life in it. I'm sure you are here because you have life. I just will give a round of applause for School of Life Sciences. Without life, we can't be here, isn't it? My slides, please. Just a moment. So when you hear life, I think the first thing that should come to your mind are things that have life in them. Humans, plants, animals, right? And they are everywhere. I don't want to go on without mentioning this. Or do you want me to continue? You can keep speaking. So, talking about the subject combinations, those things that don't really require technicalities. You must have 5 O-level, your 5 O-level subjects, and that's your physics, chemistry, maths. They are important, they are compulsory. For jam combinations, you need just physics, chemistry, biology, and of course, your English is important. Okay, so we have several departments in the Federal University of Technology under the School of Life Sciences. We have biology. Okay, my slide is up now. We have biochemistry, we have biotechnology, and talked about School of Life Sciences being a universal, being a universal school because it cuts across almost every field. You talk about anything that has life in it. And these are the subject combinations for O level. You need your mathematics, English, physics, chemistry, and biology. And then for JAM combinations, you need physics, chemistry, biology, and English. So life sciences generally, you talk about courses like biochemistry, biotechnology, biomedical science, epidemiology, pharmacology, clinical research associates, that's a career anyway, then biology. But for FUTA here, let's just go to the ones we have in FUTA. We have just 4 of all those courses in FUTA. And the first one I'll be talking about is biochemistry. Maybe because the Vice Chancellor is a biochemist and I'm also a biochemist. I'm happy to be one. So how many of you here would like to be a biochemist? I know if I ask most of you want to be medical doctors, but I will still tell you why you need to be a biochemist. So biochemistry explores chemical processes related to living organisms. Chemical processes related to living organisms. If you go to a doctor and the doctor is telling you, or you have a complaint, you go to the doctor and the doctor is telling you, oh, you need to take so-so drug, you need to do so-so thing, or the doctor is trying to explain to you why you are feeling the way you are feeling. As a biochemist, I understand better. And that's why most medical doctors, they fear biochemists. In fact, they run away from biochemistry courses because they know you know the nitty-gritty of what they are telling you. Because we study most of those things at the molecular level. You know why someone is having a headache. You know what and what can be wrong in the system that can make the person to have a headache. We study pathways, okay? Pathways. And we are here because we have so many biochemical processes going on inside of us. So, biochemists explores chemical processes related to living organisms. We study the structure, composition, chemical reactions of substances in living organisms, okay? And in turn, their functions and ways to control them. If you see something going on in any human, you can study the microorganism or the enzyme responsible for disrupting that pathway and try to develop a drug or any medicine that can inhibit that pathway, so that the person can become alive or the person can overcome whatever he or she is passing through, that challenge as a medical person. Then job opportunities in biochemistry, I'll be taking everything side by side. You have academic researcher. I'm a lecturer, I'm a researcher. You can choose to be like me. Our immediate, our Vice Chancellor, she's a biochemist, and she's a professor, she's a Vice Chancellor. You can choose to toe that path. So as a biochemist, you can work in almost any way. You can work in the hospital, you can work in the laboratory, you can work in food industries, you can work in Cadbury, Peterson-Zoconis, you can work in, several nestle foods, several food industries, you can work as a virologist, you can work as a forensic person, you can work in detecting crime, in paternity detection. You have so many places where you can function. You can work in research institutes as well. All right? So you can work as a biomedical scientist, you can work as a biotechnologist, as a clinical research associate. The list is endless. I already mentioned forensic scientists. So in institutions, you talk about the pharmaceutical industries. You can work in the pharmaceutical industries, you can work in food and beverage industries. I've mentioned a few, the Nestle Foods, the Cadbury, and the likes. Then environmental science, you can help to determine toxins in the environment, toxicants, and you can help to create ways by which you can mop up these toxicants in the environment. Biochemists are already solving a lot of problems in the Niger Delta. They have a lot of oil spillage. We are coming up with several microorganisms that can degrade such enzymes that are responsible, that can, enzymes that can help in mopping up the pollution. Then you can work as a research assistant. So I've talked about that. So you can work in academia, to mention but a few. Let me go to biotechnology because of our time. So biotechnology is the use of biology to develop new products. How many of you have taken yogurts today or maybe in the week? You take yogurt, you take pap, or you use detergents to wash your clothes. All right, good. I think I can see a few hands up. So biotechnologists can come up with this. You can use microorganisms or waste from humans to develop products. Okay, that means you can stand on your own as a biotechnologist. Okay, and then let me talk about the job opportunities as a biotechnologist. You can work as a clinical technician, chemical operator. You can operate biomedical equipment, and you can also be a technician. You can be a DNA analyst. That means biotechnologists are required to solve so many problems in crime, in hospitals, in paternity, disputes, and all. Then you can work as a business development manager. You can work in you can work in pharmaceutical industries, and then you can work as a biomedical engineer, and so many more. And then institutions that can, that's where you can function. You have the hospitals, research institutions, environmental agencies, pharmaceutical companies, biotech startups, business developmental agencies. Then I'll go to the third one, the microbiologist. When you hear the word microbiology, the first thing that will come to your mind is microorganisms, viruses, bacteria, and the likes. How many of you love biology? Can I see your hands up? If you love biology as a student. No, biology is very broad. Good. I can see your hands up. Go crossfire. Okay. So as a microbiologist, you study the biology of microscopic organisms. Organisms that you can't see with your naked eyes. And they are everywhere, in the atmosphere, in your fridge, on your palm. They are everywhere. Microorganisms are everywhere. So it's very important to study them. In development of vaccines, if you don't study these microorganisms, there's no way you can come up with vaccines that can be used to stop some of these diseases that are really killing people. I'm sure most of us, or if not the majority, have taken vaccines before. And some women, there's this advocate for HPV now, that we should go and take HPV vaccine. There is no way you can be a microbiologist and be useless, okay? Because we find application in so many industries. So the job opportunities in microbiology include laboratory technician, clinical laboratory scientist, research associates, immunologists, engineering technologists, microbiologists. As a microbiologist, you can study your microorganisms and look for ways to engineer them to produce products of interest. You want them to overproduce it. You can be a microbiologist. If you love to work in the laboratory or you love to discover new things, you can be a microbiologist. You can work also in hospitals. You can work in research institutions. So, okay, I think I've mentioned that hospitals, public health laboratories, research laboratories, industrial laboratories, genetic engineering companies, etc. The last but not the least in School of Sciences is biology. Biology is a branch of science that deals with living organisms and their vital processes. We all study biology. You know a little about biology, so I won't go, I won't go into too many stories. So where can you work as a biologist? You can work in hospitals, in research institutions, in environmental agencies, pharmaceutical companies, and biotech startups. As a biologist, you can help the farmer to develop methods to store his products, because you can look for ways to engineer something that will prevent those pests from destroying the stored products. And I think we have a department that works on that in FUTA here. It's called biological storage. So if you go to that department, you learn how to do some of these things. I know as a biologist, you can be a bioinformatics. You can use computation, your computer, to design ways by which you can mitigate the effect of some of these, invaders or pests that destroy products. Then you can also work in pharmaceutical or marketing industries. You can work in zoo as a zoologist, okay? Then you can work in forensic science or wildlife. You can work as a wildlife biologist. So the list is numerous, okay? So we cut across so many fields. So if you're thinking of coming to FUTA, you can study biotechnology, microbiology, biochemistry, or biology. You are welcome. And we will accept you with open arms. The school is very friendly, the atmosphere is peaceful, and you have good professors that will guide you through your work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for keeping it short and simple, straight to point. The jump combination, the wire combination, and what you can do. Thank you very much, ma'am. We still have other schools present here, but I want to bring up the Director of Career Services. Pay attention to whatever she tells you to do. Professor Downs, please.
to another school, you wait, okay?
Good morning, everyone. I want to say good morning to our dean. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be amongst the young people, the future generation. If you're one of them, please raise your hands up. So you are the future of tomorrow. And I believe that you're not here by mistake. You're here for purpose. And you're here to learn. I'm very sure you've been hearing about different schools, different departments. And of course, my professors and doctors that are here, you're welcome, sirs and ma'ams. We've been hearing of different schools and different professions, different to come with you from another angle. And that is choosing a career that matches your temperament. It's very, very good for you to choose a career that you love. Some people want to be doctors. Some people want to be nurses. Some people want to be engineers. Some actually don't even want to see people. They want to be accountants. But then, have you thought about your temperament? Have you thought about your personality? Have you thought about who you are? Have you thought about the different, your perspective or your personality? And that is what we're going to be talking about today. And I have 10 minutes, so I'll have to be very, very fast. But I believe even with the fastness, you'll be able to kind of like just follow. And maybe when you get back home, you'll be able to.
Assist from there. All right. We'll assist from there.
So I'll be talking about temperament. Actually, temperament is what you're born with. I'm very sure you'll be very surprised about some people in your class that are just quiet. They don't even want to talk to anybody. If you come to them, they kind of like go back. Do you know such people in your class? Yes. And there are some people in your class that are talkatives. They can talk from today to tomorrow. We beg them, please don't stop talking. So it's not about anything, it's actually just the way they are. That's what we call your temperament. They're actually born with it. They actually, that's the way they are. They are just quite different from every other person. And there are some people that are just, you just find them being leaders. Anywhere they get, you just find them that they're the ones leading, they're the ones directing, and it's wonder, where did you even get it from? But it's because that's just the way they are, that's the way they are born. So you're born with your temperament, but your personality develops gradually. And your personality develops based on your beliefs, based on the things you go through, based on your family setting, based on the friends you associate you with. And these two actually come together to make who you are. So as you're choosing your career, it's very, very important for you to also choose to know what your temperament is. Have you met some doctors that when you go to them, you won't even pray going back to them again because of the way they will address you, the way they will treat you, the way they will... Their faces will just even scare you. But there are some doctors, when you go to them, by the time you get out, it's like you're even healed without even taking any drugs because of the encouragement they give to you. So it's very, very important for you to know your temperament and how to fit into the different aspects of career that you want to go into. So there are 4 major types of temperaments. We have the sanguine, we have the choleric, we have the melancholic, and then we have the phlegmatic. All these temperaments have improved, and it's not that any person is just one temperament. We actually have different temperaments. Some people are actually a combination of choleric and phlegmatic. Some people are a combination of choleric and melancholic. Now, looking at them one at a time. Sorry, let's go back to choleric again. We're just taking one at a time, just fast. Okay, thank you very much. So these choleric people are actually the ones that are typically success-oriented. You find that they are natural leaders. You find that wherever you find them, they are actually the one, they enjoy challenges. When you get to them, when you give them a challenge, they're happy to solve your challenge and happy to actually help you out. These are the kind of people, they are natural leaders, they are logical and analytical thinkers. The next slide, please. Then the sample careers that these choleric people go with is actually management, entrepreneurship, engineering, and finances. When you see them in such careers, they actually thrive and thrive easily. The next slide, please. Then we have the melancholic. These are melancholic people, they tend to be loyal. These are people that when you have as friends, they're actually very, very loyal. When you say yes, they agree with you. When you say no, they are very, very loyal, and they actually go with you to an extra mile. They are strongly emotional. And then they remember details. Although they might be pessimistic, that means that they are, when you're saying things, they see some negatives in most of the things you're saying. But then, they are very, very loyal. The next slide, please. Then the sample careers for this kind of people is actually accounting, research, social work, administration. Work that needs loyalty. Work that needs them to be detailed-oriented. The next slide, please. Then we have the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic are introverted, they are intuitive, they are abstract thinkers. They enjoy harmonious relationships and are typically even-tempered. People might refer to them as indecisive. You say something, they say it's okay. You say another thing, they say it's okay. So those are the phlegmatics. Next slide, please. And what are the sample careers? There are people that follow easily. That is nursing. What the doctor says, give this person this medicine at this time, do this at this time. They follow instruction. Teaching, counseling, human resources. These are very, very good career for phlegmatics. The next slide, please. Then what is the importance or benefit of aligning your traits with your career? The importance is self-awareness. You'll be aware of yourself. You know who you are. And when you know who you are, you'll be able to manage your strengths better, and your weaknesses, you'll be able to also manage it better. And it increases your job satisfaction. If you're able to, you will find some people that are doing a job, they're so happy doing the job, they're just enjoying it. You find some teachers in your school, as they're teaching you, they're enjoying, they're bouncing. And there are some teachers in your school, you see them frowning every day. You see that they're not enjoying their jobs. So, if you know your traits, and you know who you are, it's actually going to increase your job satisfaction. Then it enhances your productivity. If you're comfortable with what you're doing, then productivity will also be enhanced. Then you have better work-life balance. You're able to balance your work and your life better because you're happy and you're more productive. Next slide, please. So I'm going to take engineering example because I'm an engineer. For engineering, the melancholic temperament is actually very, very good because melancholic people are detail-oriented, they are analytical, they are often perfectionists. Does anyone do technical drawing here? How is technical drawing? Attention to details, Abby? Nobody does technical drawing here? Okay. So you pay attention to details. So they are very thoughtful, they are methodological. And the strength in engineering is that you have attention to details, analytical thinking, and then persistence. You cannot give up. You just keep on going and going and going. The next slide, please. Next slide, please. So what are the other relevant temperaments that is also important as an engineer? Is also choleric. It's very, very important for you to be a leader, because most times when you're doing a project as a civil engineer, you'll be the one leading the team. or even an electrical engineer, you don't want it in the team. So being choleric is also very, very important, an important temperament in engineering. The next slide, please. Then also, you also need phlegmatic people in engineering. Why? Because they are great team players. When they're in a team, you just can't go to rest because they will follow you to the end. They are very, very, they listen, they are patient, and they follow you to the end. Then the sanguine. Imagine having a board of directors and everybody is always serious. It's always very important to have someone that will make you laugh. Even your class, when you're in class, don't always look forward to that person that will make the class interesting, to make you laugh. Is that not true? So also in engineering, this is also needed. The next slide, please. So that's to say that while the melancholic temperament is particularly well suited for analytical and detailed engineering, all the other temperaments can find success in engineering roles. So understanding this temperament can help you as an individual to find your strengths and also know your weaknesses. The next slide, please. So what I'm trying to say is that assessing your temperament is crucial. Like I've said, in engineering, all the temperaments are relevant. But if you know who you are, if you understand yourself, if you're able to say, this is the way I am, this is where I'm best suited for, then you'll be able to settle down easily in your career and become the best version of yourself. So by self-assessment, reflecting on your experiences, and exploring various options, you can find a career that aligns with your natural strengths and preferences. So before choosing your career, I would love you to really look back. If I am a medical doctor, would I enjoy working for 10 hours a day without breaking down? If I'm an engineer, would I love these analytical details, this perfection way of doing things? If I am a biotechnologist, am I sure that I won't be irritated by all these microorganisms and things like that? So you need to understand who you are for you to choose your profession. That's why some people, after choosing their profession, they end up changing careers. Because at the end of the day, they don't find satisfaction in that profession that they've chosen. So you can do all things once you set your heart to it. Like the Bible says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So also, you can do whatever you set your heart to do. All you just need to do is make up your mind. Even if you have any temperament at all, assuming you're phlegmatic and you want to be a leader, assuming you're sanguine and you want to be a leader, all you just need to do is set your heart to it, work towards it, know your weaknesses, and enhance your strength and be the best version of yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This is away from Jump and Waek. I was carried away. I didn't even look at the time. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I want to encourage us. She has not said it all. There are combinations of temperaments. You have Cornell, Fleck, and all that. A combination of 2, 3. So you can get a book, maybe something like Why You Do What You Do. There is a book like that. So it will let you know who you are and how you can be better to develop yourself. Then there is a card key that was found. Please, if you are looking for your own, you can see Professor Badejo. While she was talking about phlegmatic, I remember I had someone that if you say you want to sit yourself, or you want to sleep, it's like it's neither here nor there. Everything you say is okay. So I think I go that this person is more fair than being a choleric. Okay, so please read more on your temperament, and please parents, let's help our words. We too can read it so that we understand them better. We won't be comparing children. We know who this one is, so that we can work on their strengths rather than laying emphasis on their weakness. The Lord will help us. We want to go to the next school, which is the School of Infrastructure, Mineral and Material Engineering, as I bring up Professor Peter Ayodiji.
afternoon now, it's still morning. Okay, good morning everyone. So you'll be the judge what my temperament is by the time we finish this 10 minutes short discussion. You have been sitting for too long. And in economics engineering, we are taught that sitting for too long is not good for your health. So please, stand up. And I know if you sing, I will get your attention. Don't go out, oh. Don't go out, oh. I'm a teacher. And my song is very simple. You will sing it. If you feel like clapping, clap. It is colorful and it's bright. I must get there. Can you say it?
And it's bright. I must get there.
It is colorful and it's bright. I must get there.
It's colorful and it's bright. I must get there.
My future is bright. I must get there.
My future is bright. I must get there.
I want you to dance the millionaire dance. It is colorful and it's bright. I must get there. It is colorful and it's bright. I must get there. My future is bright. I must get there. Okay?
And it's bright.
Some people are not sure. They cannot even assure themselves. I must get there. My future is bright. I must get there. If you believe it, put your hands together for yourself. All right, thank you, please. You may be seated. Well, the Greek man came.
I'm here.
And said, without them, we cannot survive. The life sciences person came, said they are the only one having life. The environmental man came and makes it look as if they are not existing, we cannot exist. I don't know what to really say, but look around. Give me one thing that is not engineering. I just need one thing. In the whole of this place, we are not. I didn't say go outside. That wood you saw the other time, did you see that it was cut? You can't get it cut without engineering. The cloth you are putting on, yes, somebody planted the cotton, but you can't use the cotton to cover yourself like that. The process of making it to become a cloth is engineering. So when I say engineering, you will say everywhere you go. It's not empty. In footer, engineering is very, very strong. Very strong. We have 2 schools already. One is system engineering, electrical and system engineering. The other one, you can see the name is very long because it's taking care of different aspects of engineering. Infrastructure. Okay? Minerals, the infrastructure there is talking about the civil, and its ally. The mineral there is speaking about mining, chemical engineering, and metallurgy and materials engineering. And manufacturing speaks about industrial production engineering, mechanical engineering, and of course, the list is endless because the world is dynamic. Biomedical engineering will come, okay? The aspect of mechatronics that our Vice Chancellor referred to, which is hybrid of mechanical and electronics engineering, and of course control. But for what we have in FUTA, okay, please go back a little. Go back a little. Thank you. Engineers apply the principle of science and mathematics to develop economical solutions to technical problems. Their work is the link between scientific discoveries, all what, apart from the environmental man, the life sciences, partly the agric man, their products is what we sit on to solve problems. The commercial applications that meet societal and consumer needs. I'm not going to beg you to be an engineer. I will only tell you why engineering is the most needed and most important. No nation is rated by their strength of agriculture. Nations are not rated even by their scientific discovery. If you want to talk of Russia today as a superpower, what are you looking at? The military, power. And when you look at technological, development in US, in China, that's what people are clapping for. And these are all products of engineering. If you want to see a strong nation, go and look at the engineering component of that nation. How we interact. We interact by scientific tools, by technical knowledge and skills, and communication skill. This communication skill aspect of engineering is not the beautiful grammar, our, mommy who is coordinating us is speaking. That's not. We communicate by drawings and by equations. Please move on because of our time. Thank you. So, agricultural engineering. Because the food aspect is very important. But if you produce it and you cannot cook it, you may not be able to eat it. A lazy man does not process what he caught in hunting. The reason Esau lost his birthright, it was the engineering aspect of him made him to lose. He lost because he was not an engineer. The man who engineered, who processed, took the blessing. Civil engineering. We have electrical and electronics engineering, the metallurgical and materials engineering, mechatronics engineering, computer engineering and ICT. Please go on. The mechanical engineering. No, go back. Industrial production engineering, mining, chemical, petroleum, biomedical, chemical, and several others. Now, if I want to become an engineer, what do I need? That tree is the engineering. But the roots of it is chemistry, mathematics, and physics. That's the root. The other leaf not really the fruit now. Further mathematics, technical drawings, they will only 8. And you know, we have tap roots and fibrous roots. The main roots are these 3. The supporting roots, if you cannot communicate, there will be trouble. So English, biology, and agriculture. Because if you are a biomedical engineer, you will need to know the anatomy of the body before you can develop a robot that will behave like human beings. In fact, everything engineering has understanding of biology. All the sense organs, our sensors, the central nervous system, okay? Your lumbar, your cauda, your thoracic. So you must learn your biology. I was telling the number 1 student in Futa, that's the dean of student in Futa. I told him, I said, these people developing curriculum, they are causing trouble. I don't know how you can be an engineer without having understanding of geography. Engineering without understanding of economics is going to be deficient. That is a topic for another day. But the roots. So if you want to be an engineer, please learn the roots and put the support. Okay? Good. Pathway. Your primary school, you have done that. Junior secondary school, maybe you have done that or you are doing it. You can go to technical college. From there to polytechnics. That's a long path. But it has its own advantages. And now come to university. You can decide to start from junior secondary to senior secondary and to university straight. And you can still decide to go to polytechnic and come back to university. So whichever one that is convenient for you, you are welcome. This is agricultural engineering, what it's all about. We process or design machines that will process what the agri people will produce and several other things. This is civil engineering. You can see structure. The architect will pay attention to aesthetic and love them. But you see this cantilever. Look at it. This cantilever, this extension you see. The architect, they put the design. It's beautiful. But what is making it to stand is not the handwork of the architect. It's the handwork of civil engineering. They are the one who designed the structural integrity. That even if you have the whole of this place filled up, it will collapse. That's the work of a civil engineer. All the roads, the bridges, and big, skyscrapers. This is electrical and electronics engineering, communications, your computer, your electrification, your generator. If you care about them, they are the handwork of electrical and electronics engineering. Can you give me the next one, please? This is the materials and metallurgical engineering. Please, this area is very silent, and allow me to talk about it. Most people who are ruling in research area in engineering today, they are from this field. Because there is nothing you design that is going to work without considering materials. Material can change everything. Can change it. So there are people who are studying, engineering materials. They are developing new materials every day. What you see here now, we have component of wood, but it's no longer wood. The materials engineers have worked on it. Okay, so we have another material, even though they use component of wood. These are the people working on it. Mechanical. Of course, the origin of engineering, it has a father, it has a mother. The father of engineering, we always consider two of them. Civil, but the lead father is mechanical, and the mother is electrical. Every other aspect of engineering comes from those, three. And your vehicle, so many things can be listed. And of course, industrial production engineering, anything that has to do with production, okay, either in the industry or in any field, these are the people in charge. And the aspect of management of the production. So, different areas. Can you move on so that we can jump, areas for the industrial and production people? Move on. So, how do we find, extract, and prepare coal, metals, and minerals for use by manufacturing industry and the utilities? How to work also with geologists, you grab the miners. Can you see them? Okay? They are the ones who go deep down and bring, they know, and they design even machines in connection with the mechanical and other aspects, even civil, we work here. All right. Jobless? No, not with engineering. Engineers cannot. You want me to tell you where engineer can just work anywhere? That's what I'm just telling you. Anywhere and everywhere. It's not possible you be jobless. You do engineering and you are jobless. It is impossible plus cannot. So I would say impossible. It is not possible and it cannot happen. Okay? You can just move on. Endless. Satellite industry, broadcasting industry, telecommunication industry, automation and drives, computer control, aviation industry, marine industry, all manufacturing industry, anywhere they are producing something, engineers are there. Just flip for my friends, who I'm very sure 70% of them will want to be an engineer after today. Mathematics that is making you to run away is not difficult. In fact, it's the easiest thing. You just need to pay attention to it. Once you know mathematics, it is finished. Okay? Can you see? Federal and state ministry, quarries, cement factories, marble industry. I see people rushing to do medicine and nursing and MLS. Apology to our doctor. What we call law of diminishing returns. We soon set it. You know the meaning of that? There is saturation. Everybody is coming back to engineering and agriculture when our head becomes correct. Everything we are buying today, what is the problem? 300 level projects of students in China. They are selling. You know, Nigeria is a place where anything sells. Huh? Including toothpick. I don't know who do us like this. So, wake up! Let us deliver Nigeria, and that can only be done by embracing engineering. Innovate, solve the problem in your environment. Welcome to the group of people who are resolute, who wants to make sure Nigeria is great, and that can only be done through engineering. So go home and dust your mathematics, dust your chemistry and physics textbook. And Futa Hands is widely open to welcome you to the best University of Technology in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I won't tell you his temperament. We should be able to know by now. And another thing is, I'm not surprised. Professor Adeji is a pastor. And you will see that the voice is even louder, heavier, and thicker than my own. That even if you are sleeping, the voice will wake you up. So I won't say more than that. I want to ask, sir, while you were talking about the subject combination, you mentioned biology and agric. Are you saying that in their WAEC they should ensure that they have both biology and agric, or either of the two?
Thank you. I will advise you stick to biology, because agric has its limitation. I know you have been confused, and that confusion is spreading. What is it? They are not allowing you to do the technical drawing. Those who are doing this curriculum modification, they are not carrying the university along. Some of these, sorry, I don't want to sound negative. Some of these courses, subjects, I don't want to say useless, but they actually, because when you can't use something, what do you say? It's useless. And they have loaded it. When you have an engineer who will not know where Madagascar is, you will not know what Osbo Lake is. You need to do geography to be able to do mapping. And you are an engineer. Something is wrong. Our teachers, I don't know, maybe when you get to ANCOF, they call it the Association of Please. It's affecting these kids. Technical drawing is good. Metal work is good if you want to come for mechanical. But what we are going to ask you is English, mathematics, physics, chemistry. Okay? Biology. Focus on those, 5. And then you'll be fine. Any aspect of engineering you want to come for, any. We are one big family. We do courses together up to 2, sometimes even 300 level. So you only come 400 and 500 to specialize in your own area of engineering. So we speak the same language, we understand ourselves. The question is strong. Can you repeat after me? English? English. Some people are sleeping, or they are not talking. English. English. Mathematics. Mathematics. Physics. Chemistry. And biology. In those days we call it FICHEMBA.
Thank you very much, sir. I deliberately asked that question because of some people that are confused already, so that we can clear the dust. Thank you very much, sir. We move ahead to the College of Health Science. I don't know, Dr. DS, okay? Arokoya. Arokoya, oh, sorry, Arokoya. Thank you.
Thank you. I greet members of the high table, colleagues, professors here, and the great students that are here. You can see that College of Health Sciences have been endangered since so many speakers have attacked us. The life sciences even say we are scared of them. I've been sitting with us since I didn't even know. Okay, so but you know that no matter the life you have, and after doing all the engineering, after eating all the food in the farm, when your life develops forth, you must come to us. Okay. So, and that is why health sciences remains very topical. I am again speaking for a college You see that most of them have been mentioning schools, faculties. This is a college. College of Health Sciences has so many schools in it. In a fully developed College of Health Sciences, can have as many as 18 schools. So you see why college is very special. And then when you talk of health sciences, everybody, to be an engineer, you have to be healthy first. So no matter the mathematics, no matter the biochemistry, no matter, once you break down, you can't do anything. And then you have to come back to us. Okay? See, there's an engineering fault here. Okay, thank you. So, College of Health Sciences is generally involved with courses that have to do with human health. Okay, so all the courses I'm going to tell you, there's something you have to do with staying healthy. Okay, we are all here listening to the engineer planning to go to the farm because you are healthy. Once health is faulty, the only place you can be is the hospital, and then we have to make sure we repair you so that you can go back to all those other disciplines. Okay, so that is what health sciences is, and it's a very, very peculiar college. I have just said we call it college. This is the only college in Futa. Okay, all other departments are under schools. Okay, but every department in the College of Medicine are under college, which means we have so many schools. Okay, every department must be responsible to a school, and then the school responsible to the college. Okay. So there are peculiarities. First, I have mentioned that life is involved with all the disciplines. I will roll out disciplines now. And then here, there's a lot of expectation of students that will come to College of Health Sciences. We were just talking there and we said, we don't know why. I don't think it's even necessary for me to advertise that people should come to it, because we already want to send people away. Most years, College of Medicine have the highest subscriptions. Everybody wants to do medicine, everybody wants to do MLS. And then you have, and coincidentally, we have few spaces. In medicine, for instance, we have just 50 slots. Last year, we have close to 2,000 applicants. So to pick 50 from them. So it's always a challenge, okay? So that's why we always have high expectation of all the students that will come, and our requirement is usually higher than most other schools, okay? So your JAMB score, you can write it down, you want to come for any course, especially medicine, nursing, and MLS, you must aim high. These days, 300 don't even enter medicine again, okay? I know of a student we're trying to get, has 320, but it's from Ondo State. From Ondo State, you need to be even higher. Most people in Ondo State with 300 JAMB can't enter medicine. That is the enormity of the requirement, okay, and the expectation. And again, the pass marks when you enter is also higher. In most other departments, you are going to have 40 as the pass mark, but in most departments in our college, 50% is the pass mark. Okay, so we don't toy with performance, okay? And then we have unique forms of examinations, okay? Most of the exams you are used to, when you come to the College of Medicine, you are going to learn new form of examination. Okay, we are not so used to the CBE and all those things. That's for engineering, necessarily schools. Okay, but we do that because we must be sure. You can't just, it's not enough to pass a written exam. So you must also come for physical examination. That's what we call vival logic. So physical oral examination is the most important exam. In medical school, you can have 90% in theory. And then you have 49% in the Bible, you have failed. Okay? So you must pass at least 50% in all. So apart from that, we also have particular kind of practicals where we will put different things, and then we call this triple chase, because students are going to chase themselves around to identify objects, tell them the functions. And so those are the peculiarities of the school. Okay, so just like most other schools, we also have a minimum requirement for O-levels. Like in engineering, you also need mathematics, English, physics, and chemistry. That is the FICEM. Those are most courses in the College of Health Sciences require these key subjects, because those are the foundation of science and the science. But the peculiarity here is just not like most of the departments will require you to make at least 5 credits in not more than 2 sittings. Okay, so you can't combine 3 different results. But in medicine, MBBS, I'm going to list the courses. MBBS will not take 2 sittings. You must make all this in 1 week. Okay, so that is one peculiarity. Nursing is trying to also join. and insist on just one system. Okay, so those are the peculiarities. But for JAMB combination, English, physics, chemistry, biology is a combination for almost all the courses. So it is easy, you don't have confusion. Most courses and College of Health Sciences is the same combination. Okay, and then direct entry is not about. The direct entry is just any medical related first degree that you have, you can come and do direct entry with most of the requirements being as seen in others. Okay, so now let's look at the schools. In any college of medicine, there are 3 key faculties or schools: the basic medical sciences, the basic clinical sciences, and the clinical sciences. This is the minimum required that you must have. But now you now have so many other adjunct faculties, allied health sciences, School of Nursing Sciences, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences. But for now, in FUTA, we have only these 3 schools. And the first one is the only one that's fully developed. We are preparing for MBS admission. The other 2 are just being instituted, and then but the departments are not developed under them yet. Okay? But these are the minimum 3 faculties that a medical student must go to. The College of Medicine is built around MBBS, right? So most of the departments that are listed a medical student will go through all. A medical student before graduation must go through about 19 departments, okay? And you must pass all the courses there, okay? So, and so in this first school, the School of Basic Medical Sciences, we have different courses. We don't usually refer to medicine and surgery as a department. Because it's a program, like I said, where you must go through about 19 departments. Okay? So it's usually a program. So an MBBS is Bachelor's of Medicine, Bachelor's of Surgery. Okay? So that is the first program. While we now have other departments. For now, these are departments available in FUTA. Department of Anatomy, Department of Physiology, Nursing Sciences, Medical Laboratory Science, and Public Health. I will tell us what we do. Okay? MBBS, like we know, surgery, medicine and surgery, that is the doctor that everybody wants to become. Okay? You become a doctor, you work in the hospital. We're going to see so many other places where you can work. Okay? But anatomy, these are the spine of MBBS. Department of Anatomy is where the medical students must start. Anatomy, physiology, and then in life sciences we pick biochemistry. Very, very important. Okay? So in biochemistry, well, we have a brand of biochemistry that is called medical biochemistry, where you limit to what happens, chemical reactions that happens in the body. Okay, so Department of Anatomy is what deals with the structure. What is supposed to be the normal size of these muscles, how does it contract to lift the hand, what are the things that can, what is the size required for normal movement. That is what anatomy structure. That is more or less the medical engineering aspect. Okay, is the structure, the architecture of the body. That's what anatomy does. Okay, they are the people that work on the dead body for the first 3 years before you start working on live human body. Okay, and then the second department is the Department of Physiology. Coincidentally, this is my own department. Okay, physiology is what deals with the function. Okay, when you talk of being a medical doctor, where you can work. I am a medical doctor. I'm back to do academics in physiology. Okay, so physiology, after the anatomist has told you this muscle should be 3 kilograms. 3 kilograms, how does it contrast? Does it reduce to 2-1 to lift a bucket? That is what physiology does. How the chemicals work, we do a lot of our chemistry too, because it is function. Why nursing science is about care, nursing care. Okay? When the doctor has diagnosed, how do you take care, and all the sciences behind it, that's what we do. Medical laboratory sciences are very, very important. And that is like a hot cake now. Last year, the subscription to MLS was more than that of MBBS for the first time. And I'm sure this year too. Is more. Okay, so medical laboratory science, they are the ones that help with diagnosis. They can work in any laboratory, including biochemistry labs. They are taking over. I know the biochemists are not happy with that, but they do all the. So when you want to diagnose, nail the particular of the disease, they are very important. So they are very pivotal. While public health department is the political aspect of medicine. They are the ones that there is an outbreak of disease that one that takes record during COVID is the public health physicians that make all the billions. Okay? They are the richest in the medical line, even though they are not so recognized. Okay? So now we have a BSc degree in public health. It used to be the community medical doctors, community physicians that have a unit as well, but now we now have public health specialists that are not doctors. So that is that field. Okay. So now, what are the career opportunities that we have? Like we said, MBBS, which is a medical doctor, you can either be in academics or be in clinicals. There are two halves. The first, medical doctors, medical students are usually in the campus, mainly before they go to the hospitals. That is the academic aspect. And that is the aspect that after being a medical doctor, you can come back to specialize. I went back to do masters in physiology and PhD in physiology. I'm now a lecturer teaching medical. So that is the first aspect. And you can actually do that in any of the fields. Okay? While clinical practice is the one that we know. We have the gynecologists, the surgeons, and sorry, I think I'm about to be chased there. So the BSc Physiology is the department where I am. You can have physiologists. You can actually come and do that. But the requirement for physiology is less than that of MBBS. And then those ones have a lot of functions. When you finish BSc Physiology, you can be a researcher, you can do animal physiology, where you can work in agri with veterinarians and take care of animals. You can also be in sports physiology. Most of these sports celebrities, they have personal physiologists that will tell them what to eat before each exercise, what kind of exercise to do to optimize their fitness and all those things. All those things. Counseling unit, they know about genotype, can counsel you when you want to marry. The physiologist is very good at blood type and all those things. And then pharmaceutical companies, they can also work there. Sorry, let me just quickly rush through. Anatomy, like I said, all these fields can either be in academics or in field. So they can also be lecturers, different disciplines. They can be in research, molecular biology, fertility units, genetic engineering, where they know what kind of genes you must not mix together to get a disease. Then the nursing can also be in academics. But those that do BSc nursing, you know what we used to do is diploma nursing. Most of our mothers, my own mom was a diploma nurse. Okay? But now we now have BSc nursing that are mostly in administration. They now do hospital administration generally. Okay? But it can also be in clinical field. It can be primary health center, secondary health center, or even in private hospitals. Nurses can work there. MLS can work in any labs in all these things, just like medicine too. I mean, just like nursing. Okay, and then finally, public health, like I told you, they keep the medical record. There's an epidemic outbreak. That the ones that report do a lot of statistics. Okay, preventive medicine generally. Now the world is going the way of prevention is better than cure. You don't want us to get sick rather than so instead of treatments, public health is helping to prevent illnesses. And then lastly, when you are in school, you must personalize how do you survive. It's not easy. You say medical students read a lot, but it depends on you. You must plan your own. Don't say because everybody's going to the library to read. When I was medical student, I never go to the library to read. I can't read when the place is too quiet. Okay? And I never failed any exam. So what people think I don't read. So you must personalize it, know yourself, and then you must make sure you play. I played all sports for my school, even as a medical student. So play is good to reset you and keep you calm when you get back to school. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much. All work and no play. Play too. Okay. See only Jack. We'll go to, I would have called a school of computing, but I have someone here who would like to tell us something that is away from schools and subject combination. He wants to talk on innovation in the university. How you can combine all these things we've been talking about and bring out something good out of it. Mr. Toba Victor is an old student of this university, so I know he's in better position to tell you practical.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. All right, my name is Toby Victor. We are from Career Things Initiative. And yeah, just pay attention. All right. I'm talking on, I don't know if they are presenting my slide already, new innovation and technology, robotics as a case study. All right. I'm going to be calling 3 students or 4. They are going to come outside. I don't know who's handling this live. I'm not sure how I might be moving.
I can follow you.
All right, thank you very much. Awesome. All right. I just need 3 students, sorry. You just come outside, I'll ask you a question, and you tell me.
Pick them at random, don't worry.
All right. Okay. All right. Everybody's already shifted to the back. And, take a deep breath. All right. Okay, my friend. You know, yes. Because you are writing, you should not be looking at me. Yeah, just come outside. Quick one. Very simple. I'm asking a simple question. Quick one. All right. I need someone at the back. My friend with arts. Yes. You look at me already. Can come outside. All right. You can come outside. One more person.
Speak from where you're now.
Yeah. Go outside. All right. Can you come outside? All right. So very quickly, tell me your name, the name of your school, then what you want to become in the future. Is that straightforward? Your name, the name of your school, and what you want to become in the future. Yeah.
My name is Balatele from CAC Grammar School. I want to become a lawyer.
A lawyer. Please give her a round of applause.
My name is Veriga Justin, and I'm from the school which is Westford College, and I want to be a computer engineer.
Give her a round of applause.
My name is Wama Fibo. I'm from Webeku Grammar School, and I want to become a lawyer.
Give her a round of applause. Last experiment. So what you guys are going to do for me is you are going to read ABC to Z. Oh. All right, awesome. All right.
A, B, C.
All right.
A, B, C.
Okay.
A, B, C.
Okay. All right, some of your friends are laughing. Can I go and sit down? Give them a round of applause. All right. Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling? Reading it to Z. I think it should be something very, very hard. A. Why are you laughing? Like, why are you laughing? Who can answer? Why are you laughing? Because it's what? Trust me, a 3-year-old child, A is very hard to child. Do you know? Oh, you thought it's simple. Go and call a 4-year-old child and ask the child, write letter A for me. You see the struggle. Right? I think my mom is a teacher for years, for decades, and she's still a teacher, and I know the struggle. When you pick up a child, write letter A, the child might be crying sometimes. Yes. And trust me, should I shock you again? You were once like that child. Yes or yes? Yes or yes? Yes. You struggled to write letter A, but consistently, you were struggling. Then yes, you were able to write it. A for what? B for what? Yes, with consistency. That is how, when you want to learn a new career choice, when you see all these robots, when you see new technologies, you cannot jump to learn it. You have to start like letter A, letter B, and letter C. Next slide. All right, thank you. Now, there is a start. I told you the topic is new innovation and technology, robotics, and the case study. Yes. Very simple. Everybody, when we hear robotics, when we hear all these things, we think it's one bogus word. Trust me, when you hear robots, someone said I don't use AI, and I said I don't use robots, and I said, sorry, do you have fun at home? He said yes. Okay, so what's that? I said that. Do you use a telephone? The person said yes. Oh, so I thought, so that's not robots now. That's robo. It's just the reality. So every one of us is robots. Yeah. So the question is, we are sorry. AI is taking over. We are sorry. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I love this quote by Abautista long ago. He said, he's not sure about World War III, but World War IV will be fought with stick and stones. What is he trying to say? He's trying to tell us that we are going to a kind of revolution that you'll be shocked that we are going to a place whereby you'll be shocked that the only thing that is left is this your phone should have freezer inside. Okay, I'll give you an instance. When I was reading a book by Pastor Sam, Mr. Sam Adeyemi, yeah, he said something. He said the guy that did radio, the chemical radio, do you know what he said? He said when he brought the formula that maybe you'll be in a place and someone will be speaking into something, and the person, someone in maybe Abeokuta will be hearing the person. They said they locked the guy inside psychiatric hospital for 10 months. That is crazy. Radio. Then years ago, we now have your friend can be in the US. You just open your WhatsApp and be doing video call. If they told anybody when they first created a telephone that it is wired, cable, they said you are not okay. Then I was telling someone, I was watching a TEDx talk, and I said the future of telephone is no phone. You not see anything, you're operating your phone. Yes, technology is moving. Maybe 3.5 million workers. Now, and I was reading Law of Start, and I see how we are far. We are sorry. There's nothing we can do, we are far. In terms of technology, Africa is far, yes. There's nothing we can do about that. But you can change it. Next one. All right, what is robotics? You have been hearing robotics. What is robotics? Can you go to the next slide? I just want to make it simple and sharp. All right, just think of anything that makes life easy. Think of anything that makes life easy. I love giving this illustration to some students. I said there was a time that we were eating with hand. I mean, someone thought that there is this ant has something like this. Can we call it spoon? Have you not thought about that? Is this how your spoon looks like? Someone thought about it. Someone thought about that. This rice, hope you know that there will be a time that we were eating raw rice. Hope you know that you were eating raw rice. There's someone thought about that. Let me put this rice inside water. It's getting soft though. Okay, let me boil this water. It's soft though, white rice. I don't like how this rice is white. Let me pour, what are they calling it? Palm oil inside. Wow. Jollof rice. That's how it is. Let me fry that rice. Oh, fried rice. Let me put coconut rice. Everything is just to make life easy. I'm telling you. Next slide. Yes, why robotics for Africa? Let's back it up. Yeah. Now, like I said, we have numerous problems. I want to make my presentation as sharp and simple because of the time. We have numerous problems in Africa. Numerous problems. Should I do another social experiment? Should we have another social experiment? Yes. All right. Someone from the back, just come outside. One person from here, come outside. One person from here, come outside. Yes, sir. No time, no time. All right. It starts with gender balance. Okay, thank you. All right. You tell me one specific problem you are facing, and you tell me how you want to solve it. Very simple. See, your own problem might be, anytime I get home, there is no always food at home. Then you now think of how to solve it. Don't worry, I like food a lot. That's why I'm always doing food. All right.
Okay.
Tell me your name first.
My name is Ajubu.
All right, please. Okay,
my name is Ajubu, please. Okay. Anytime I want to do like MP,
okay,
there will always be a problem that the will blow.
When you time to repair an MP, the MP will blow. Have you asked why? So what's your solution? Have you thought of the solution, the permanent solution?
I left it.
You left it. All right. Give me a round of applause. You tried making a car, okay? The rotor had the fault. Have you asked why? The components. Do you know why? Do you know the why? You have answered my question. There are a lot of components in cars. Okay. All right.
My name is Olonda Precious. So I tried
We tried making a carton car, but she said it's not what? It's not making. Okay. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause, everybody.
My name is Olonda Precious.
So I tried to create something that can help to develop. I was thinking about how I can create it, but there's no idea.
How were you thinking about how you want to create it?
Like, they said they use vacuum cleaner, so I was thinking that maybe room will work or some of that.
Wow. All right. Please give him a round of applause. Now the question is, who said they use vacuum cleaner? All right. Give them a round of applause. That's it. Clap for them, please. Clap for them. Clap for them. All right. Very good. Very simple. Now, most of the times, like I said, that's why I gave that first social experiment. Most of the times, you want to learn how to, you want to build a vacuum cleaner, right? Have you tried building have you even tried building a broom that will remove it itself? You don't understand? You don't understand? I see, I'll be ashamed of my car. All right. Now, you want to build something, and you want to jump from A to Z. You want to jump from, okay, let me say, you want to jump from reading letter A to Z without learning how to write dash, dash, dash. You want to learn how to learn letter B without learning how to write curve, curve, dash. It doesn't work that way. An average child in China currently, we couple and build this iPhone. My time is almost up already, so I need to move fast. Next slide. Next slide. I have to cut everything short now. Now, robotics application across total department. I'm very fast with this. Now, School of Engineering and Engineering Technology. We have different courses there. We have the mechanical, electrical, and civil engineering. Now, very good. In civil engineering now, in mechanical engineering, sorry. All right, thank you very much, Mark. Ooh, 3 minutes more. All right. In mechanical engineering, we have different things that you can learn. Now, before, in mechanical engineering, you have to design with your hand, right? So, now we have AutoCAD, SolidWorks, right? You build these technologies, you code them, and right from the comfort of your house. Very good. I studied architecture in Futa. Yes. And currently, in architecture, you can design a building, and you don't need to erect that building, and you enter inside the building. You don't understand? I will design TI Francis. It's called BIM. I don't need to enter inside TI Francis before I can fill TI Francis. Generation, where we are going to now. It's Jumia. How many of you know Jumia? Oh, very good. Temu. Temu. Now look at it. In Temu, if you want the generation we are going to now, if you want to touch a product now, VR and AR, you can say, I like this shoe in Temu. When you wear your VR, you can your VR or AR, you can enter into the product, touch it, feel it. That is where we are going to. Different courses, every course. Now listen, every course you will be taking, every course you want to study, there is a way you can apply robots. There is a way you can apply new innovation and technology into them. Next slide. All right. Now, how does this fit you? Very simple. That's why I brought some of these Lego kits. How many of you have seen a Lego kit before? Lego kits. All right. Now, look at me very well. My time, I think this is the second to last slide. Now, someone said, I want to study law. Have you ever thought of legal technology? Legal technology. It was before they said if you study accounting, you cannot do science. There's something that is called STEAM now. Have you ever heard of, I'm trying to remember this course, BIMT. I think that's the course. Art is doing technology now. Science is doing technology now. Now, you have not built a simple Lego kit. You want to go, you are studying mechanical engineering, you want to build a car. Now, look at this. Can you bring this up for me? The time is up already. Now, everything here, alright, everything here, are you seeing it? This is your A, your B, your C, that makes you. Do you understand? This is when you were small. If you don't know how to build this, if you don't know how to couple this, you might not be able to transit into that car. Check any course you want to become. The question most of you could not answer is because you didn't know the why. And how do you know the why? Internet is your friend. Go online, check. Alright, last line. Alright, very good. You can stay there. Very good. Look at these children. They are all here in Akure. Yes, they are here in Akure. Here is KJ. KJ is 7 years old. Yes, she was one of the people that built it. This Theodore, I student I think from Futa Secondary School. Yes, she built that. This is Jediah. Now, at the end of the 3 weeks, because they had a training, at the end of the 3 weeks, some of their parents, some of the students their parents were very emotional because they saw how a child that cannot hold this was able to build this and code it. Do you understand? Now, start thinking of any of your career choices. How do you want to make it better? How do you want to think? Wow. Last slide. Thank you very much. Alright, last slide. God is center of every creation and innovator. Now, look at this. I was giving you the concept of hand, the hand-made spoon. Now, I think I'm going to tell you a quick story. There's a train in China. When it goes under the floor, it makes lots of noise. Do you know how they solve the problem? From this bird. I couldn't get the name of the bird. That's what the way the mouth of the bird is. The way the mouth of the bird is. They now said, okay, we are going to create this train that the bird looks very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. Are you getting it? Very, very tiny. So when it's going under the ground, it will not make a single noise from nature. Aeroplane, very popular, from bird. The way birds fly, the way they land. These are things that you and me can create. Do you understand? Do you understand? So I believe you guys are the next generation of inventors and creators. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much for that interesting lecture. The next school is the School of Computing. We are inviting representatives of the school, Dr. Balogun, for his lecture. A round of applause for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm representing the sub-dean, Dr. Olutu, who is unavoidably absent because of a program we are holding at the faculty. So, while the slides come up, okay, thank you. Let me interest you that the last speaker did a lot of what I should have done. He has introduced you into technology, and technology is an enabler. Technology works in every aspect. To further interest you, in recent time, I think 7 of the top 10 richest in the world, they have their roots in computing. And also, like my professor said, engineering, you can get jobs everywhere. I think the same can be said of computing. In short, with computing, you don't need to leave the comfort of your home. Thank God for remote jobs now. You can sit there in the comfort of your home and you can work anywhere. So in SOC, or in School of Computing, it's a tree with many branches. We have computer science, we have cybersecurity, we have data science, we have information systems, information technology, and software engineering. While I discuss this, I will also talk on what would pique your interest in these courses. Now, the first thing is computer science. Now, before School of Computing came to be, computer science was the only computing course we had in FUTA. And as part of computer science, now what most people know computer science for is the use of computers. You program with your computers, you do a lot of things with your computers. But it is much more than that. It is about simulation and modeling. Now, many of the things that every department uses has to be simulated and modeled first. I think the previous speaker said something about that. How you can simulate a building and model it even before usage or even before construction. There is biometrics computing, there is computer graphics, there is human interaction, there is computer architecture, operating systems. Now, every device has an operating system. Your laptop has operating systems. Many people do not even know that your phones also have operating systems. So many things. We have cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is an interesting aspect of computing. Now, in cybersecurity, I believe so many of us we watch movies. And then in movies, maybe they are trying to catch a criminal. Now, most of the time, the people who are behind it, they are the cybersecurity guys. It is an interesting aspect that deals with network security, it deals with information security, and security in every aspect. There is digital forensic, there is network intrusion. Now, so many times we discover that we have what is called hacks, or maybe people who are trying to crack our devices. But with cybersecurity, it is very easy to get these people. Now, peradventure, if you've been a victim of a scammer, with cybersecurity, you can be able to track down your scammer and then you report them to appropriate authorities. Now we have data science. The world is moving artificial intelligence, and data science is at the crux of it. Why? Because data science is actually working, it's how you work with data. Now, when we were in school then, they taught us that computer is how you convert data, you process your data to become information. Meaning that data science is the bedrock. Everything needs data. In an advert, they will tell you that data is life. And I'm here to also echo to you that data is life. Now, in data science, you have machine learning, you have artificial intelligence, and so many other things. We have information systems. Information systems is the analytical part of designing a system. It is how you design your business information systems and so many others. You have information technology. This is how you develop your web technologies, your IT projects, and so many other things. Now you can see, without saying too much, okay, then software engineering is how you program your codes, develop softwares, mobile softwares, and computer softwares. Now, for requirements. Now, for you to enter into majority of departments in School of Computing, you need, for SSC, you need English, mathematics, chemistry, physics. I think so many departments in FUTA, because FUTA is a School of Technology, you will need majorly mathematics, chemistry, physics, then you need either biology or agri. But in information systems, which is IFS, they accept economics. But for UTME, you need English, mathematics, chemistry, and physics. Yes, prospects for graduates. In this part now, I will do without the slide. Now, permit me to say that when we are stepping into the world of computing, we are stepping into the world of endless possibilities. Meaning that in computing, the only limit you have in computing is yourself. Now, there is no limit to what you can achieve in computing. For example, the last speaker told us of so many things. That, oh, okay, before they thought it was not achievable for you to have, so many machines. And the same thing even for street lights. I think they said when they made the first street light, they said they were trying to alter nature. That the night is supposed to be dark and the day is where there is supposed to be light. Now, in computing, there is no limit to what you can solve. In computing, there is this code that you can build castles in the sky. You just need to be a computer scientist to be able to think of how to build castles in the sky. Now, AI now is transforming the world. Everybody is rushing to AI. And there was a time when embedded systems was what was trending. Every time in computing, we will always have things to innovate. It is innovative. So most of the careers we have here are to your limits, meaning that it is as far as you can see in computing. You do not need to limit yourself. If in computing you say you want to be a computer repairer, fine and good. If you say in computing, I want to be able to build this, fine and good. If in computing you say you want to be able to program
the first human that, I don't know if you've heard of Stephen Hawkins. Please, you can check up on Stephen Hawkins. He was a man who could not talk. He was deformed. But with computer, he could speak to you. Now, that is to tell you that there are endless possibilities. If you say tomorrow that you want to start looking for ways by which you can translate the speech of the back of a dog to human language, we won't say that it is impossible, because in computer there is no impossibility. So I want to, and also no matter the field you find yourself, always think computing. Even if you find yourself in law, I think so many lawyers now are taking courses in cybersecurity. Why? Because they need to know the ethics of cyber crimes. Now, everywhere you find yourself, you will always find a computer. And as long as you find a computer, in any aspect of computing, whether it's IFS, IFT, cybersecurity, software engineering, computer science, data science, you know that you are not an outlier. In short, a computer scientist is everywhere to dominate. Thank you very much, and have a great time.
Thank you very much, School of Computing. And gradually we are trying to wrap up the program. But I will still call on Professor Badijo for the computation of results in the university. In secondary school, what we know is biology. It's either you get 70, 80, 90, and you are okay. It's not harder to English, but I think it's different in the university. Professor Badijo will help us to do justice to that.
Thank you very much. Great students. Great. If you are tired, say great. If you are not tired, say great, great. Great. Okay. Now we want to flow together. Now we want to do something interesting together. I will be giving you a question, a short one. Some people have seen that my question before. And then the time I'm going to give you is very short to answer. But before then, quickly I want you to see one or two things about us. Now, there are some other schools that we did not come to present, so that we don't keep you unnecessarily sitting down. Are you getting me now? So, we have one called School of Physical Sciences. That's where we have Department of Mathematics, Statistics, Industrial Chemistry. All the paints that you see, they paint this place with all the chemistry people who do those things. And then physics. There's a time to send a satellite to space. From physics. Yes. We did try small though. Alright. Now, not only that, we have School of Earth and Mineral Sciences, where you have geology, geophysics, marine science, not marine spirit, marine science, and then remote. Okay. Now, there's so many of them there. We have logistics also, where we have business, information technology, entrepreneurship, and all these exist. Yes. Now, I'm going to my own business now. Why I am here. Okay? I am here to tell me the time now, in 2 seconds. What's the time? 7 o'clock. You are very slow. Okay, the next one, I'll give you only 2 seconds to tell me the time. What's the time? What's the time? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Okay. Something is wrong with the clock, right? Yes. Something is really wrong. Yes. All right, if something is wrong with that one, now let's see this next question. I want to see who will answer me in the next 3 seconds. Just 3 seconds. So, read the question. I am an odd number. If you take away one letter from my name, I become even. Wow, interesting. Clap for yourself. Those are lovely. That's awesome. That's awesome because the answer is 7. Why is it 7? It's 7 because 7, when you take away one letter, S, what do you have? Even. It becomes even. Now, you can see that I don't need to know which school you came from before you can answer this. The university that you are coming to, it's a level playing ground. It doesn't matter whether I was in one school once, St. Dominic's, yes. They were doing something then, Fonts were doing 25th or 20th anniversary. I was part of the planning committee. They were giving gifts to schools. We went through schools. We went to one school. We went to St. Dominic's. Precisely, there was the girl that got the prize then. I was told that the mother smoked fish to sell. Yet, this girl is one of the neatest in the school. As at the time, I'm talking about maybe 7 years back now or so. The neatest. Yet, the mother smokes fish to sell. Yet, the clothes, and they live in one-room apartment. And she's still the best. Then, so university in Futa doesn't care where you come from. Whether you come from Omoluorogo or you come from Princeton, it doesn't matter. We're on a level playing ground. No inferiority complex, no superiority complex. We have the same complex. So it is now when you now choose to have inferiority complex within you. Are you getting me now? So what we're talking about today is our results. Your first semester, your first term result, SS1. Some of you that are in SS3 now, you don't need it again. You don't need it. Even if you don't remember it, you don't need it. Your result in GSS3, we don't need it again. But the moment you enter into FUTA or any university, any result you have from day one will follow you all the days of your life while you're on that campus. It will not depart from you. Even if you hate it, it will love you. You know, when we have low level, D, E, nobody likes it. But that result will like you by force. So that's the thing. Now, your WAEC, in my own time, this is what we used to have. A1, A2, A3, C4, C5, C6, P7, P8, and F9. F9, you know what I mean? But in your time now, they've changed it. It's now what? A1, B2, B3. Don't mind our leaders, they're just confusing us. So what's the difference? Everything just changing the alphabet. F9 is still, say it now. The fact that you say it doesn't mean you will get it. You will not get it now. Say amen. Amen. But if you like F9, let me see your hand up. Nobody. Okay, that person did not come today. Alright. Now, in FUTA, we don't use A1, B2, B3, B anything. No. This is what we use to calculate your result in FUTA. And I want you to pay attention. This is what we do. If you score between 70 to 100, you get an A. And when you get an A in FUTA, we give it a 5 points. We give it a point because we want that point to continue to follow you. So, if you get between 60 to 69, it's a B. It's a 4 points. Those points, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then if you get 40 or below or 39, it's 0 points. So if eventually we multiply 100 by 0, what do we get? Still 0. So these points that we have, what do we do with them? Now look at it. I'm going to show you an hypothetical result. Let us assume. In university, we don't call all the courses with mouth. You know, we are mature, we are grown. You have to, even if you come from Ikere Ekiti, where you come from Ikere Ekiti, man. You say it nicely, eh? So, you respect where you come from, okay? When you get them, we don't say all the courses, we give them code, ME 101. That's mechanic, that's engineering drawing that they were mentioning then. That's ME 101. So by the time you mention those codes on your street to your friend, you apply enter. Which course do you have to want? Which subject do you have to want? There's no subject, we call it course. Which course do you have? Chemistry 102. Which one do you mention? Oh, you can understand. Yeah, that shows your level don't change. Alright, now, this guy did these courses, ME, blah, blah, blah. So all these courses, we give them units. The unit is depending on the number of loads, the number of topics that you're going to be treating in that place. Some are very small things that you treat there. The unit is small. Some you treat a lot of things inside, so the unit is big. So for example now, this ME is 3 units. This candidate scored an A. Maybe 789. It's A. So now what they do now is they will multiply that 3 by that A. A is how many points? 5. So you get 5 and 3, giving us 15. B is how many points? 4. Now, the physics 101 is 3 units. So 3 times 4. They will be doing that for everything. Imagine that person has got 30, 28. We'll be multiplying 3 by 0. 3 by 0. And everything becomes 0, 0, 0. So that's what it means. So for this one now, for this candidate now, we're going to add up everything here now together. It's giving us under the total credit point, gave 72. And those number of units gave 18. So now we're going to divide them. By the time we divide, for the first semester now, you see that 72, you can see the 18. We divided it, it gave us 4.0. That small 4.0, those are the things they will be using to calculate things for you. That's your grade point average. You'll be hearing university students mentioning something called CGPA. That is cumulative grade point average. Cumulative means they will tackle everything together for you. The one you did in another level, when you are still playing, when you are doing shakara all around, you had it. When you became serious and you now devote your life to now study very well, those ones you've done before, they will stay added for you. So that's why when you enter, you start on a good note, because everything will count. And so, for the first semester, I had 4.0. By the second semester, they did the same thing. The total load unit was 20 in the second semester, and by the time they calculate everything the student got, we're getting 76 there. So by the time they do that one, it's now 3.8. But it will not be done 111 like that. They will now find what they call the cumulative. That's CGPA. They will add all those numbers together, divide them by all those units, and you have 3.89. 3.89. And then those 3.3, 4.4, what do they mean? This is what they mean. We classify those things. You see that it says some students graduated with a first class. This is how the classification is done. I'm just doing an hypothetical now. Let's assume that out of the whole years of this candidate now, we've added everything, and note this. Any semester, we don't use first term, second term, third term here. We call this semester. Any semester, when your GPA is 4.5 and above, they will give you a letter that you have entered the dean's list. It's a record. You can keep it. We write it in a recommendation letter for our students when they are going abroad for masters, for PhD. It adds to their feather. Okay? And so for this candidate now, at least one time, they enter the dean's list, 4.76. But the overall thing now is 3.98. So this 3.98 now, what does it mean? You are in first class when your own is between 4.5 and 5. When it is between 3.5 and 4.49, it is called second class upper division. And like that, like that, like that. And for this candidate that we use as an example, which class of degree is he graduating with? Some are not with me. Second class upper. But then, every year in FUTA, a student will always be the valedictorian. That student will be the one that's got the highest of all. Of all the students, all the 5,000, 4,000 that the VC was mentioning then and today, the person that scored the highest in FUTA, look at 4.98. You should clap for that one now. I mean, I had a time with this person. I told him I wanted to see him, I found a way to see him, and I checked some things. And I just wish he could be here today to speak with you. Because that person, this is almost 5.0. When I spoke with him, he told me something. He said he only had 2 Bs all through of 5 years in FUTA. In 100 level, first semester, when he first came, maybe he played small. He had 1 B. And then when he was in 400 level, there was another 1 B. Apart from that, every other thing, they were what? Yes. You should know now. Answer now. Yes. You can imagine. Won't you love to speak with such a person? Sometimes, I looked at him that day. I saw that it was 1 head on him. I was thinking the head would be 2. And I tried my best to look for him and find him. See, moving around, his name, look at the name. Maybe something there was what changed the dynamics. Let's read that name together. Activitites. I thought maybe it's the prayer they've been praying that was working. It's the prayer, so I tried to be praying and praying too, but I still need some questions. If there is time for you to do exam and you keep praying, the thing will fail. You know what the Holy Spirit will do? It will comfort you. But you know, searching around to get somebody of that caliber was tough. But I did not give up. And I was able to get Mr. Isaac here. He's here with us. And guess what? From Oyemeku Grammar School! Awesome! Awesome! Let's check the head. How many heads? One. Let's count now. How many heads? One. It's still one though. What do you make? What do you do now? What do you make? Grammar School? Come outside. Come and surround him. Come and surround him. Come and surround him. He has made you so proud. Wow. Hey, you see now? Good too. Okay, come here. Ha, it's your time. Maybe I went to Yemeku also. I didn't go. I thought I went to Yemeku. Come and join me. We take picture. Move back. Wow. Interesting. Man, please come and join them, man. That's a good. Okay, come on. Yes. Okay. Okay. No. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. You will greet him later now. I will register in the event. I will see you there. All right. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions within you that you actually want to ask him. And I asked him some, and I don't know. How did you do it? Is it by prayer only? How did you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Alright, so briefly, it's just single time. First of all, what I will just tell you guys is that you have to actually set a goal, like know what you want in life, and another thing is you have to be very, very consistent. It is not enough to start well, because engineering level, then we have some other friends of ours then that started. I didn't start with 5.0 actually. Some started with 5.0, but as time goes on, you might actually drop. So consistency is very, very important. And another thing I would say is you have to be very, very time. You have to be time conscious. Like the way you manage your time is very important. Because
wait, on that one. Consistency, time management. You know, many of them seated here now. If your parents are like me, my son didn't have a phone until he finished WAEC. If there's any assignment they are doing, they will tell me, Daddy, can I use your phone? I will check this. But some, if your parent gave you one, it's not good for you. Go and drop it. It will distract you rather than guide you. I'm telling you the truth. Me too, I have money to buy for them from DS1, but I didn't buy one for them. In fact, they have extra phones at home. When somebody's phone is damaged somewhere, I'll come and pick and give the person. But for them to have it, no way. Complete children are there. My son went to complete. I did not. So if your parents gave you one now, go and drop it. It's a distraction. How can phone be a distraction? Are you on WhatsApp 24/7? And Facebook, and TikTok, and Instagram? Did you do Ngogo?
Alright, thank you, sir. So, what I would say about that is, actually, FUTA is a school that relies so much on technology. And if you're in FUTA, you have to be very, very online, right? But you must know when to go offline. Because I believe that there are time for everything. When it is time for you to read, switch off your internet and read, just focus. And when it is time for you to go online, just get online, get your information and rest.
So now, what are the things that are likely to distract students from the goal? See, let me tell you something. Me too, eh? When I got to FUTA, I finished from FUTA. We were just sitting here, this corner, this Francis already existed. A friend of mine, not relevant, I was in 2. We just came in. I came in as a direct entry. And he told me, he said, Badijo, is it not? We just finished convocation. We just finished eating rice. You know, we go to everywhere. Congratulations, man. They give us rice. We eat. We go to another man. They give us rice. We eat. So after eating so much rice with different colors, some will be yellow, some will be white, some will be brown, some will be... But students, we don't have money now, so you have to eat it like that. So we're not talking to ourselves like, look at that boy. He was just getting all the prizes. Can't we too be the one to get the prize? It was my friend that said it. Me and I said, easy. He said, what is there? She used to get A in all the courses. It's not the same lecturer now. And I paused. We both looked at it. Wow. It's not the same lecturer. I wouldn't say, I have given you 7 A's already. They are all individuals. And then we kept it up. But unfortunately, he transferred from FUTA to OAU. He became the best graduating over there in OAU when he finished. And by those ways, I became the best over here in FUTA as well that year. But when I look at what I scored and what is scored, you know what that meant, eh? Me, I was a 4.75 or something. 4.98. I still want to ask you, how did they do one? You know they play? Oh yeah, which kind play? 10-10. So how do you do? We're rounding up already. We're rounding up. How do you mix your play time, your study time together? Just something for them.
Alright, so that's it. I want to just, this is the first time I'm saying this thing. It's for each and every one of us, know what drives you. When I was in secondary school, I couldn't apply for university because of financial constraints. So then, a woman, she offered to sponsor my education. She paid for my acceptance, she paid for my school fees and some other things. So since then, I had in mind that I am going to make each and every one that contributed to my education. I'm going to make it proud. Even when I go to university, I was actually playing. I was part of my football team in the department. I'm an Arsenal fan. I watch football. So, but what I'm trying to say is that even sometimes everything, the prayer might comes choking. It's my own to choke, but so you have to just sit down, calm down, think about where you are coming from and where you are going to. Think about where you are coming from. Think about where you are going to, and you just find the motivation to stand and continue. Thank you very much.
Now, he has made you to understand now. Excuses will always exist, but it's only the lazy that will using them. Said there was no money, but once you have this brain, people will sponsor. So don't put rope on your parents' neck. The last time I went home to collect money was in 300 level. I've never gone back home again till tomorrow. 300 level, and I survived. God just helped me. I will know it more than my classmates when they teach us in class. And all I do, they will beg me, come and teach us, come and do tutorials. Yes, then. And then I tell them, I've not eaten, I can't teach you. They will bring food, and we eat. And then there's no shuttle. We live in a bike, they say, let's go. I said, by the time I get there, I'll be hungry again. I won't have energy to teach you. They will buy takeaway, and they will bring for me. So I'll get there, and I will eat that, I will teach them. I will sit down and eat. They will say, let's finish the rest. What to them? I will eat. I said, they will buy another one, I will take back home again. And from 300 level, 500 level. That's how I lived though. What I couldn't get from home, butter was in late. That's the truth. But because I leverage on what I have and with the things around. And there are so many. There's a boy working with us now at the printing press. FUTA is awesome. FUTA employs our students that are financially challenged into some vocations. They work. The boy works, does many graphics for us. We pay him salary every month. And he's still in first class. He's still in first class. And he gets his salary every month. I'm the one that signed the check. And he's still in first class. And so, having seen this, I brought him around to let you know that nothing can stop you except you stop yourself. It is better not to have. I bought one computer 2016. They were saying the features. They said Type C. There was no Type C any phone then, 2016. Nothing. So the computer said Type C, NFC, this one, that. Everything just there. I don't know what I can do, but I buy them. So it was as we move on that I began to see that all these things are needed. So it's better to have it and not need it than to now need it and not have it. That's the thing. And I pray that you all get to the top by God's grace. Let's put our hands together for Isaac once more. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. God bless you.
If you allow Professor Valejo, we can Thank you very much. Congratulations to Isaac. That means in future you can walk and learn. Oh, okay. Unless there is someone here who wants to just ask random questions, then give students gifts. Please do that in Jiffy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, students. So, very quickly, Kola Wani is something by me, and I'm the founder of Carry Out Initiative, the other guy that came the other time to present on robotics. Yes, and I'm an alumnus of FUTA. I'm currently a master's student and a TA at our chemistry department. So, I just want to ask random questions. I just have 5 books here. One of the reasons why I'm so concerned about books is because before I entered FUTA, please permit me to quickly say this story. Till I got to SS2, number one, I couldn't speak English. Till I got to SS2. Till I got to SS2, I didn't know what I want to do in my life. Do you understand me? But then, after I got admitted to FUTA, do you understand me? And I was pushed by my friends, let me put it that way, to start reading. And I can tell you that reading has actually brought me to where I am today. I've done a lot of things has changed in my life. Today I'm standing in front of you here and I can speak English, right? It's because of the influence of reading. Is that okay? So because of that, I'm so big when it comes to reading, and that's why I've been able to get these books, and by the special grace of God, I'll just give it to 5 people. So please, if you know that you are confident enough, I want you to come forward and you can answer my question. Just a question. I want you to stand up. You know that you are audacious. I'm not going to point out to anybody. I just want you to stand up. You know that in life, you need to be audacious to stand up and get what you want for yourself. Is that clear? So if you believe in yourself that you can answer my question, just come forward. 5 people, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So, alright, that's good. Okay, my first question is
More can come. More can come. The ones that get it, the first 5 that get it.
Okay, the first 5 that more. Yeah, more can come. Alright, so my first question is on the presentation the other time. So, according to that definition, what's the definition for robotics? The definition for robotics.
More can come. Don't go and sit down.
Alright, let's jam our hands together for her. Who else can help? Definition of robotics.
Robotics can be defined as an act of creativity by creating new things using ideas and thoughts and engineering.
Let's jam our hands together for her. What's your name, please? Alright, so Miss Jolioju, so this is from Career Things Initiative. Yeah, thank you very much. So my second question, the speaker that spoke about temperament, who can give me her name? Her name. That spoke about temperament.
Her name is Miss Downsy Folashade.
Let's together for him. What's the name?
My name is Oloye Marvelous from the greatest citadel of Grammar School.
Look here.
All right, let's jam hands together for him.
We have to correct it now.
Okay.
The person that spoke was Professor. When you are looking for Mrs. in our department, they won't answer you.
Professor. That appellation is key. All right, so the next question. The last speaker that spoke here, who can tell me his name? The last speaker. Let me first call this person. Okay, please come forward. Professor Badijo. What's your name, please? All right. Let's come and sit down for you. All right, you can leave. The reason why I'm asking these simple questions is because I am actually looking out for those that pay attention to little details during the course of the event. So I just have two more. I don't know which other question can I ask. Let me give my mommy the opportunity to ask one question.
Okay. I think when we were talking about the subject combination, they mentioned certain subjects that are key, especially to engineering. Who can still remember that? So please choose. I think all of them. So we cancel the question.
Another question.
We cancel the question.
Who presented for the School of Agriculture? What's the name?
Okay, talking about career, the prof that talked about knowing your temperament to know what you can do. She mentioned 4 core temperaments. Who can still remember?
Sanguine, choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic.
What's your name, please?
Adina Esther from Computer College.
Okay, so the last question, I'm trying to remember that. All right, so what's the? I hope all of you can. So what's the name of FUTA best graduating student for this year? So who?
No. They are not looking back.
They are not looking back.
All right, the full name now. We must not make any mistake. No mistake.
Akin Dompi. Adra Gbemi Isaac.
Let's have hands together for him. Thank you very much. So before I leave, thank you guys. That's all. Before I leave, I want to leave with this particular quote. It's a popular quote, I know, by Henry Trauma, that readers are leaders. But then, not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. So please, someone was talking about building something the other time, I forgot it, and I think the presenter asked that who told him that was how it's been done, and he said I does not know. He would have known if he was reading. You can only innovate, you can only produce, you can only do stuff if you read. Is that okay? So please, I'm leaving you all in the hands. I'm begging you. This is one of the pivoters, one of the things that can transform your life, that can influence you positively. Is that okay? So please, I'm begging you, if you get home, remember that Mr. Kolawole says that you should do what? Read. 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 And also please, get your pen and paper before I leave. I want you to get the book on temperament. That's why we act the way we do by Tim Lai. Why we act the way we do by Tim Lai. Please write it down. That book will teach you about your temperament and it's going to expose you to who you truly are. That was the first book that I read and it transformed my life. So I can't forget the name of the author and also the title. Please write it down. If your mommy and your daddy should give you money to eat, please, you need to do what? Use it to buy that book. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you and we appreciate the gifts. We are saying thank you, more of it. Just to give the student union, we have the student union arm, so we have the presidents to Today, the president is being ably represented by Mr. Boluwaji Salabi Areola. Just a word.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, first of all, I'm into the line of student politics or student leadership, as I say. So, please, when I say of the greatest Nigerian students, I want you all to respond great. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Great. Of the greatest Nigerian students. Great. Thank you very much. Basically, everything I wanted to say, you said it, because they told me how to say something. I did not really know what to say. But then, a few years ago, 2021, I went to my job, I went to my wife. I told myself, okay, I'm going to write my job, I'll make my 320, because I have 4 siblings, and then I believe the list was 337. My sister had 359. So, and then my job came, I went there and night, everything, I got 260. That year, they now said there were issues with the jam, so there were issues with the jam. The child gave excuses, that's how I was also a low. I applied for FUTA. I did not get my admission. I applied 2021. I did not get my admission until 2023 due to the strike and all. But I graduated in jam. They didn't give me my course, which was engineering. I'm a 200 level student of the Department of Industrial and Production Engineering. But then, during those, I went to a school that valued practical work. So in my GS3, I had the opportunity to attend a career talk like this. Then after which we went on an IT. Now I schooled in a very day too. Now one thing that stood out for me was the company where I worked. After I finished my secondary school, I went back there and I continued. We were working on cars. And I had a lot because it was a big company, so I was working on, I don't know, for those that like cars, especially boys, you've heard of Camaro, Ferrari, Porsche, BMW, those were the cars I was working on. I was a 16, 17-year-old working on cars, and I can still tell you, I can work on the Benz engine. So, but what I stood out for me was, they did not give me my course due to my score. I was giving statistics. I was in 100 level. They showed me ME11, Chemistry 102, Chemistry 101. I did those courses in 100 level. But I wrote JAM again, and I did 100 level again. And the people were asking me, I'm called Luigi in school, but my name is Boluwaji. People were asking me, Luigi, are you not ashamed? You are carrying board, because you carry boards for ME101. You are carrying board, you are doing 100 level. My mates are in 400 level now. Then there's this joke, when we are talking, you don't have to like, if you've not done CS with this, ENTD, don't talk. And I'm the only one there that has not done it. But why did I do it? Engineering was my passion. I wanted to become an aeronautical engineer. Yes, the course is not in Nigeria. But if I study engineering, that is it starts. I'm coming here with the topic of chart your course with purpose. The best directing student said something. He said, know where you're coming from, know where you're going to. Where was I coming from? I was told that for my GS3, I've been working on cars. You gave me statistics, yes, the course is nice, Nancy did it, but that was not what I wanted. I'm just here to tell you that, know what you want. And someone told me this a few days ago. You are at a stage where it is trial and error. When we were young, you said you wanted to be a lawyer, you wanted to be a doctor, you wanted to be this, you wanted to be that. Believe me, I'm telling you, by the time you are writing your JAM, for those that are still in junior secondary, if you are saying you want to be an engineer, you might end up in arts. But the thing is, know exactly what you want. There is no joy if you are making money but you are not enjoying what you are doing. I'm being very serious. There is no joy in it. I'm standing here today at the student leader because I enjoy it. And to tell you the truth, my parents was in secondary school 3 times to my face. My head of body told me he was going to suspend me because I was number 1 of the most notorious students. My school doesn't allow contraband, but then I was the highest trafficker. No, it is. Up to the extent I was an alumni, I went back to school to see my cousin. They did not allow me to enter the school. And I went like this. And they said, no, I should not enter. A whole alumni. Imagine coming back to FUTA and they are saying, no, don't enter the school. They are a criminal. But then I am here today. So I'm just telling you, please find your purpose. Yes, there is a lot. You will not have been the best writing student if you do not like the course. When you know what you want, believe me, you work for it. Thank you very much,
God bless you. I know you have picked one thing from what he has said. one way or the other, FUTA have been able to reform who he was. He's now a changed person, and we thank God for that. Okay? Just that we will not rob you of the opportunity, we are trying to round up to give the closing remark and close the program. But somebody raised it that we don't know, maybe we'll have one or two questions from any of the students, so that we'll rob you of that opportunity. Is there anyone before we take the closing remark? Anybody? Is there anyone? Okay. Oh, you? That's the only one, please. That's the only person that I saw the hands up. So you can go. Who? Please. Is there anybody with a question? Once I call them out, don't tell me Holy Spirit now reminded me. 1, let me see your hand. 2, 3. Thank you, you are good. Please, you can come out. Please, you can come out and make it sharp. Come out, come out, come out, come out. And make it sharp. We still have other events, please.
Straight. No speech. Straight to the question.
Okay, straight to the question. Apart from the schools, use your mic. Courses mentioned in the idea that outdated courses. Idea that outdated courses in FUTA here.
What do you mean by outdated?
Like courses that they are no longer interested in and they are not studying FUTA.
That we have cancelled, we are not using it again or what?
Yeah, like in some other schools now, they've cancelled philosophy.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. So that students don't apply for it.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2.
My question is, some courses involve economics, and now that they are cancelling economics, how will students go on with their courses?
Number 3, please. Our profs that are present, Professor Badenjo, you are not here. We have some people here. Please, I hope you got the question. Sir, and my colleague. Go ahead.
My question is, what is bioinformatics and what about it? Like, what is bioinformatics?
Bioinformatics?
Yes, ma'am.
Or is it geoinformatics? Bioinformatics. Okay. Our profs know better. So I will start with Professor Emmanuel. Please, you got, if you can answer 1 or you can answer the 3.
Okay. Can you remind me of the question?
The first guy asked if they will have an outdated course so that students don't go ahead to apply.
And I think the way around that is to every year before you apply for your UTME, there is a brochure for you to check online. So, and that should apply not only to FUTA but to every school you want to apply to, so that you know what is current. Then another angle to this is that sometimes even the brochure might not be very reliable. So when you go online and you see departments, sometimes if you go to the site of the university, you come across certain contacts, right? You can call. In the case of FUTA, if you go to any department, you see many of the members of staff, you have their phone numbers there. If you call one person and you don't get through or the person doesn't respond, you can call another person. Okay, so with that you can get details about each department, in that particular school. We use the term school. I don't want us to be confused. In FUTA we use the term school for faculty. In some other institutions we use the word faculty. It's the same thing. So make sure you have first-time, real-time contact with the school before you make up your mind on the program you want to apply for, so that you can be very sure that that course is in existence.
The second question is about they are cancelling economics.
Okay. Yes, I learned from my colleague now that they have not cancelled it. Okay, so if you are doing the course now, if you are doing the subject now, I believe that you should still be able to do that in your SSC. So I think so. We have a problem that has been somehow, let me say, even overflogged before now, in relation to the curriculum design. Okay, it was Prof. Yes, and Prof. Peter Yodechi that was referring to that it is actually a national problem, and we don't want to go into the politics around that. But we believe that somehow, if you have those basic subjects that have been referred to, some subjects were referred to, you should focus on those subjects, because once you pass those subjects, that means you have an open door into so many courses. Okay, I mentioned some courses for the environmental fields, but then, I mentioned about 6, 7, but what you require is 5. Remember, you require a minimum of 5. So even if economics is knocked off, if you have 5, or maybe your chemistry to make 6, you will still be able to enter into those departments. Then the question.
Informatics.
Okay, that's normal field. Can somebody? Okay, you can come forward, please. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. To the students that ask about bioinformatics, it's very simple. It's just the use of computers to analyze, interpret, and store biological information or biological data. So you work in the lab, people have generated results. Now, you can use the tool of bioinformatics to interpret the data. So when scientists work, when they carry out their experiments, they can take to bioinformatics, to bioinformatics, to use computers to analyze, interpret, and store the data. So I hope I've answered your question. You can use it in forensics, you can use it in anything. We all work and generate data. You can employ the tool of bioinformatics to analyze that data. You can use it in DNA sequencing, in gene analysis. Maybe you've deleted a gene in the lab, you want to see what the result is. You want to sequence, you want to see, I don't know how to, I'm trying to come down to your level. I don't want to use big terms. You use bioinformatics to understand that. You use computers to understand biological systems. Okay? You use computers to understand biological systems. The bioinformatics looks big as an English, but when you come down to looking at it as using computers, you know what our computers are. To understand, to analyze, to interpret, and to store your biological data. That is what bioinformatics.
So we all know about, we watch movies a lot about, and you see what they do to establish it. So when you get those things they go through some processing too. So things like that are things that we're talking about when we talk about forensics. Okay, when you are also trying to register for your UTME, SSC, and they take your thumbprint, it can go beyond that. Okay, they can actually take some things from your iris. When you watch movies and somebody wants to enter into a place and they have to scan the iris and all that, all those things they come into. So it's a very, very important field and interesting field that you can actually go into. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we go to the closing remark, and I have the Chairman Ceremonial Committee here, Professor Eunice Oluwayensi Adefarisi.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello. I think you should stand up. You've been sitting for too long. Stand up, children. Stretch your back. It's not good to sit for too long. Even for the daddies.
That's our mommy you put out.
I think they understand me and the mommies. You can sit again. We'll soon be going. We have another program for 2:30. That's our novelty match. The daddies and mommies are going to play football together. And already you listen, the mommies have won. Say yes now. Yes. Right, thank you.
If we play,
before we play, we have won. No controversy. We want to appreciate the chairperson who has been in charge. We have no doubt that he has given you so much today, as usual. Can we clap for him? He is our big professor. You know his name now, Abi? Hello? If you need information and you forget what to do, call him. He will connect you. Thank you, sir. And the Lord continue to lift you up. The Vice Chancellor had to be in another program. He was with us at the exhibition stand. She has gone for other things. So I bring our love to all of you children. She wishes you all the best. And that will be your portion in Jesus' name. Our elders, professors and lecturers, we appreciate you, sir and mass. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. You know they are our parents also, not just lecturers. Some have gone and some are still around. We appreciate every person. Other lecturers are visitors. Our teachers that brought the students. Please, can we see your face? The teachers that came with the students. Thank you, class and mass. I assume most of you are Futurians. And you have done one course or the other in Futa. If you have not, please come back. Thank you. God bless you. We are rounding up. The technical crew, we appreciate you. Without you, we would have been up and down. We also appreciate the works department, our security, Manowo, Sheriff. Look at them, the Manowo people are our students, the first three. So if you are here, you can join them. Hello? Instead of doing nonsense, you join them and become useful to the nation. Sheriff, thank you. The committee for exhibition, we appreciate you all. May God bless you. I won't take your time. The little I came along was on education. I hope you've learned that some people say education is a scam. Hello children, have you heard that? I hope you have changed your mind today. Okay, clap for yourselves. And as our lecturer has told you, you better have it before you need it. I love that. If you want to be a counselor in your ward, and they are saying you must have at least school cert, have you? Even for presidencies till now, still school cert. So if you want to come out, and the person drops out at class 2, can he come out? Hello? So it's better you have the certificate. When they ask for it, you just bring it out. If you don't have it, that's the end of the race for that time. So better have it. God will help you. Amen. Then somebody said, I wrote read. Hello? You read for information and you read to enjoy yourself, to enlarge your can I say brain?
Thinking capacity.
Your IQ, your intellectual quotient. That one could be in the moral side, it could be in academics, it could be in social, and so many areas. So you can read. In those days, we read. Go to the library, get literature books. Hello? Then we read at the chase. Yes. It's just fiction on wars and all those things. It will develop your brain. You will be very sensitive to your environment. You can be educated and be unsocial. You have to balance everything. Hello? If you are educated and you don't know how to dress yourself well, before they ask you questions, they look at you and say, who is this? Why is he here? Before they ask at all, they will see you, Abi. Hello? Before I ask you a question, I have to see you. Abi? And what will I see? Your words. I can't hear you. Somebody should tell me. Your dressing. Very important. You don't dress like somebody. I don't want to use one word. So dress moderately. It doesn't have to be costly. Wash your clothes, neat, press it. You are on. Right? So we want you to be good all round. We were told on Sunday that you must get enough information. And with that you are reformed. You are changed. And when you are changed, you become transformed. That's from our Lord Bishop Catholic. So please, all the information you have received today, use it for yourself and for your family. God will help you. Develop in all spheres. Your spiritual is also very important. Without God, we can do nothing. Hello? The Bible says it is what God gives that you gather. You can't do anything. He has created all things. What you are just doing is, okay, if I do this, add this, add this. The basics are there. So you need God to use small children. God, not sugar daddy. God. Hello? So when your mommy says, let's go to church or mosque, don't say old school. It's not old school. Listen to them. They know more than you. Right? Ọmọdé lè láṣọ, àbí? Ó kọ̀ǹpútà àgbàlagbà. Kí náà lè ní tó àgbàlagbà? Àkísà, they have this thing. They have gone through it. Experience is not bought. You go through it. So they know more. God will help you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Please, let's be upstanding as we take the footer and the national anthem. Outside this auditorium, journey mercies back to your different destinations.